What?
I don't want to.
Oh,
I said 1 minute. I said 1 minute, and I'm
We're
deafened
good,
and
we're good,
hear you
just-
talking.
Sorry. No, we're good. We're good. Just caught me off guard. The timing for it. I just went, oh crap.
Yeah, no, that was exactly 1 minute. I was looking at the time.
oh, jeez. As soon as like you put 1 minute as well, Crowd, it's like I'm gonna get up and stretch.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was like,
Stretch,
please
stretch.
stop.
I'm not like
We're back
I'm
from.
stretchy.
We're back from. That wasn't really a break. It was more like I was out of town, and Karada was working. I think.
I had something last week. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
I don't
2 out of
remember
3 of
anymore.
us were out of commission, so it was like, I mean, I was
Yeah.
like, hey, Forrest, if you want to like just do it with like a guest, then go ahead. She was like, no,
I was scared.
scared. It's okay. I mean, it's not. I mean, the thing is, it's like a lot of people think like, oh, podcasting and streaming, that's just like the same thing, right? Like, it isn't. Because at least when you're like just streaming, you have like a game to like kind of captivate your attention.
Yeah.
When you're podcasting, it's like literally just you and your voice.
Well, I also don't think people realize that, like, Tam, you run like 95% of the show.
Yeah, but you guys run 100% of the charm, so
No. 'Cause, like,
One of us
I-
does.
again, like I was saying the other day, like, even when Karada and I tried to help you, Tam, like, we tried to set up the chat rules, and I think you did that anyway.
No, I put the chat rule.
I know.
I didn't put.
Are they there?
I didn't put the
even-
rules
I
on
don't
the
even know.
channel. I put in the chat rules.
I feel like a teacher handing out assignments and then getting back like blank sheets, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
We'll put our names at the
Just-
top, and then
just-
everything else is just empty.
Name and date, and then you have to, and then after I put the F on the assignment, you have to go over and have your parents sign it so that to confirm that they've seen the test.
Yeah.
That's something I had to do. I got in trouble in school for forging my mom's signature every time that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never tried to.
I got found out
never
because of
did
a
that.
parent-teacher conference, and then my mom was like,
Oh,
"Oh, you make him do that?" And I was like, and the teacher was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh."
uh-oh.
The only like literal thing I remember from elementary school was that I didn't have glue at my house as a second like grader, and I went, "Mom, we don't have glue," and she was like, "Here, take a look at this," and she just got some rice, just
No, yeah, that's
sweet, and then I went, "Boom!" I went, "All right, yeah, it works."
yeah, no, yeah, that's what you do. It's funny because like my early years of elementary school, my parents were still like, doing like traditional Vietnamese customs and stuff. So like the rice as glue, like that's a thing in a lot
Yeah,
of Asian
yeah.
households. That's like a thing. Obviously in America, that's like not something people do because you have like Elmer's.
I was, yeah,
But it's, like,
everyone asked
back in,
all these
like-
questions, bro.
Yeah. Back in like early elementary school, we'd come in with like your project with like fucking rice stuck on it, and everyone's like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "Eh." But
Oh my
as I got older, my parents started being more accustomed to like American customs
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's like
Actually
all that
getting
traditional
dinners.
stuff started getting like, I mean, they still partake in it, but they like I think they start realizing like, oh yeah, no, we're kind of ruining our kids' social opportunities here.
Yeah, and then
The
you
outcast.
go, "Who the freak is Elmer?"
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man, I still
Got this
remember.
jasmine rice in the back, bro. Works like a jar.
There's an elephant on the packaging and everything. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember. Everyone had like the standard Elmer's glue, and then there was always that one kid that had like the special purple glue stick or whatever.
Oh,
Oh, I
they
know what
kind
you're
of
talking
they kind of
about.
like
I know
smell
which
like
one.
they kind of smell like pungent
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody wanted to use it and everything, and I think there was like also a blue one.
Remember the glitter
one point-
glue? People used to use
I
like
don't-
glitter glue.
I don't think
know.
we were allowed to use glitter glue.
Yeah, no, that would get because it would get everywhere and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah.
we were only allowed to use the glue sticks, not like the runny one.
hmm
What is it? I don't know.
Yeah, like after a
more-
certain time, like they just banned like the liquidy glue.
Yeah, like the liquidy or the watery one.
Oh, the one with the little tube with the nipple on top, the
Yeah.
orange nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you like pour it. Yeah.
Mhm.
We weren't allowed to use that.
yeah. Everybody kept eating it or some crap. I don't know. It wasn't
It,
me.
it was no, it was a combination of that kids being dumbasses and not being able to aim their glue.
Cra-
a whole combination of things. I mean, they were made non-toxic for a reason. Same with Play-Doh, you know. Kids ate that shit.
Rada, were you the
I didn't eat it.
reason
I
why?
didn't eat it. I'm sorry. Go.
You would
Leave
have
me alone. I
you have
didn't
no
eat it.
idea.
I was just
you have
joking
no idea
about
what's
it.
in this bottle right now.
Were you one of those kids that ate your pencils as well? Like chewed on it?
Oh no, so like that's a thing that I always thought was a myth because I'm like, who the hell would actually do that? But then you go to like a different classroom and you like reach under the desk for a pencil and you can see like pencils with like nibbles out of them and like, oh no, this is like people actually do this. What the hell?
Yeah.
This is gross.
I've never. What?
Yeah, no, it's like
I had
chewing
like
on
I always
pencils.
used to get really mad at this one kid because he would always borrow my pencils. Like he would reach into my desk
And then he just
and
had a
take
little bit
them,
of a snack for before
and
lunch,
then he
right?
would chew on them, and then he would put them back. Like sure, but it's like this is disgusting. I don't want a pencil that's been in your mouth. Ugh.
I had a kid who I didn't have a kid, but like there was a kid who would just constantly take like Sharpies and like he would start coloring like the metal legs under the tables, under the desks. And he would just do it all class, just taking like a Sharpie and just be like down the legs of the desk until like he got through like 3 whole desks before one day the teacher was like, "All right, who's doing this?"
Yeah.
Why?
I don't because kids are kids.
Oh, you know what? That
Kids are
guy's an
bored.
artist, bro.
Kids
He's an
are
artist.
bored.
The
I
funny
still
thing
remember-
is, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I still remember this was in like grade 3, and one of my teachers liked to give out gummy bears, or at least one gummy bear per student, like on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
So my friends and I, when we had our desks together, we would keep our gummy bears, and we would like do like a house kind of thing. So like with our school supplies and our desk, we would like set it up so it's like the gummy bears living there. It was weird. was really
Oh, and then you ate them.
All right, when you said house, I thought you were like stacking your desks on top
No,
of each
no.
other.
I thought you were like stacking
No.
your gummy
I don't
bears on
know.
top of each other, like a house
No.
of cards or something.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, that you could have. Yeah, I didn't
Like
know
a,
that.
like a gummy bear like
in our-
cheerleading squad.
No, like our desk, like the inside of the desk was the home or whatever, and like we would set up like our books and like our pencils and our cases to like, I don't know, be different rooms and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, like kids do these things to have fun at school. So
Yeah, I mean, there was like all sorts of things. I mean, I didn't get a cell phone until I was in like junior year of high school. And
Yeah.
and so it's like most of my school years were like just, you know, in what way could we preoccupy ourselves at school, you know? And
Yeah, I
even when people like even when a lot of kids were getting cell phones in high school, it was that weird period when the schools didn't know how to handle cell phones because it was such a foreign thing.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Karada, you probably remember this when you were in school too, right? It's like when cell phones started being introduced and integrated into people's lives more, and kids started having cell phones. Schools were like,
you get the calculator debate, the calculator.
Yeah. It's the same thing in that,
debate,
like,
bro. Oh my god.
it's the same thing in that
Yeah.
like people would get their phones taken away because it's like, well, you're just like playing on your phone. You're playing like whatever stuff or texting people.
Everyone like played Snake or some crap.
Yeah,
that was,
yeah,
like,
or
the only
like- or
game
like-
that was out, bro.
Yeah, there was like nothing to do on your cell phone.
I remember in grade 4 specifically, one of the first girls got an iPod Touch, and
Oh, yeah.
she had
That's
like
Well, that
she
was in
had,
fourth
like,
grade for you.
Temple. Yeah, she had like Temple Run or something. So like
Mm.
all of us were like crowded around her watching her play Temple Run because it was like such a weird thing
Mm-hmm.
at the time. It was like, oh my god, the memories. And she was playing like a SpongeBob game or something. I don't know. God.
What year did the
I
iPod
don't-
Touch come out? Wait,
Dude, it was
an
definitely
iPhone?
like
or-
it was definitely like 2006. I remember having an iPod Touch, like in my middle school, like around like
Really?
6. Let me see. iPod
Because I was
uh,
in grade
release date.
Or was it the
Um,
iPhone that?
Oh,
it?
yes, and then-
September 2007. It says was the first iPod Touch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, I was in high school.
Oh my god! You know what a memory just unlocked in me? I remembered that me being stupid. Well, you know how you can name your iPod?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I
Oh
I named
no.
it I Touched Kevin, and I just thought it was really funny.
I think that's why
I thought it was the funniest thing because I was like,
That's still-
I touch.
I think it's still pretty funny. You know, the thing was though that like they were it was like that weird period where schools didn't really know what to do with kids' phones. So like you would get the kid who would get their phone taken away, but then you would get the mom who was super pissed because it was like, why didn't my like there was an emergency and I had to call my kid. And now the schools were like, well, we can't do that anymore. So we'll just do like, well, we'll confiscate your phone until the end of the period. But then that was still a problem. By the time I graduated, I don't think they resolved the problem. I don't know what they do now with phones over for kids.
So when I was still going to school, I think in grade 11, they actually had these sleeves at the front of the class that you had to put your phone in.
Mm.
What, did you put like cubbies for your phone?
Yeah,
Specifically?
basically.
It's just a really
Basically.
handy area for somebody to steal everybody else's phones.
Well, it was at the front of the class, so it's not like, someone's going to be able to come in and then like steal it with nobody else seeing it. And plus I went to a really small school, so it's like chances are if someone stole it, you'd find that person downtown anyway. There's only so many places you can hide.
Yeah, no.
But
you knew Mary and you knew Sam and you knew Tom in your town.
You basically knew everybody.
Yep.
But like by the time I was in grade 12, your phone, like I was allowed to have my phone in class. Obviously, you weren't allowed to be on it, and it wasn't considered a calculator. You had to bring your own. Like, what is it, a T something?
Yeah,
Well,
84.
the graphing calculators, yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you were allowed to have it.
There was this like pack of games that you could download for your TI graphing calculator when I was in high school. And it would just be like there was like Tetris, there was like Brick Break, there was Snake, there was all kinds of fucking games.
Brick Break was fun, dude.
It was, yeah. No, there were so many. I remember there was this puzzle game called Block Dude. It was like a side-scrolling game, and you had to like lift up blocks and put them down in order to progress through levels, and it was a puzzle game, and like people were addicted to that shit in my calculus class. But it got so bad because people were just like, because it was math class, so obviously you had your calculator out, and people would be like playing games on their calculator like while the teacher's giving a lecture. So what started happening was before every test, the teacher would go around and take everyone's calculator and then like clear the memory so that it would just delete your games if you had any games on them.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it was fucking terrible. So then people started like borrowing other people's calculators or like getting two calculators. Yeah, people, because during study halls, like those calculators were like, because no one had phones, but we had graphing calculators with games on them. So it was like if you had the graphing calculator and study hall with like the fucking Phoenix shoot 'em up game, you were like, everyone wanted to be your best friend.
You remember
everyone
8008, bro? The first.
That predates. That predates.
I just remembered it. I went, oh my god.
That's like back with those blue square Texas Instrument calculators with the red and white buttons. Yeah, that's like the 8008 I35. Yeah.
Yep. I just went, oh my god, I remember now.
I feel like at some point, every math teacher probably saw this scenario happen in the back of the classroom where one kid shows another kid a calculator, and then both of them just chuckle. Like, I feel like every math teacher has probably seen that at some point and just like roll their eyes and be like, all right.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Hey, if you think teachers don't see you doing shit, they see everything. They just don't care. Sometimes they just don't care enough to do something about it. So like
because
all those
they
kids
themselves have probably done it.
Yeah,
long
exactly.
It's
like that. They they know the game that you're playing. They know what you're trying to do. They just don't care, or it's not like bad enough that they do need to care, or they don't get paid enough to care.
Well, I mean, this is really gonna like probably date myself as well, but like by the time like I was graduating, honestly, phones were less of the problem and more of the computer. Because I went to a mainly online school, But we still had to go in person and everything. But everyone was required to bring a laptop.
Mm.
So like that was more of the problem. Was like, how do we keep kids from going on Facebook and like, all these game sites or whatever? So
Did they have like
The island, bro.
you had to like connect to your school's Wi-Fi, right? And they probably had a firewall on that, right?
I think
Most
they had
likely.
I think they had a firewall for Facebook and stuff, but you were still able to get the app.
Oh, yeah, because there's an app, and you can't really put a firewall. Yeah.
No,
Because
you
if it's
can't
like
really
if it's
block that.
if you have like the software on your computer, then yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
So
Did
I
you
don't
do
know.
Study Island?
Study Island? No, I don't. What is that?
It was some like online learning website that they had to make us do like homework on. And I just remembered like I don't know if I brought this up before, but I had to do Study Island and all the stupid whatever math things that they had there. And I
Oh.
remembered my password there was jumbo shrimp. Or like jumbo coconut shrimp.
Of course it was.
I
Some
still
crap like
You know
that.
what's funny is that okay, so in high school we didn't have laptops to bring. We had to just use like the library computers and stuff. But every student had like a login and a password. So my login would be like my last name and then my first initial and then a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
And then my password was just a random word and then 3 numbers. I still use that password to this day.
Oh,
For
damn.
like a lot
You
of things.
wanna message it in our chat? So
Yeah,
we can
nah.
know?
But the funny thing is, because of like the fucked up specifications you have to put on your passwords now, because of, like capital letters, not enough special character shit like that, it still
Yeah.
works. It works for that. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep using this. But you know what's really fucked up is the guy who
Jumbo
first
coconut shrimp 1 2 3. That's it.
like
I found
something like that. But like the guy who first, I forget what the guy's name is, but I think he was a professor. But the guy that first proposed that websites start doing that, like start doing like the one capital letter case sensitive passwords with like special characters. The guy who was like that, he was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna do shit.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
like no, because like people like a lot of people had like this like preconception that hackers were somehow guessing people's passwords. Like that's not how it works. They run it through an algorithm or they find your information through some other means, but they're not sitting there trying to guess your password. It's like, make sure your password is hard to type out. I'm like, that's not gonna do shit. Like but it's like something that's carried over into like every website known to man. That we just have to deal with now, even though it literally doesn't matter. So I don't know, like your password being password is no less safe than someone whose password is like a bunch of fucking numbers. You know, that's the truth.
I would never have my passwords back.
I
would never make something so simple and so effective.
before I had DSL at my house when I was growing up, because we had like really bad internet. My neighbors would have like Linksys. You guys Linksys? Yeah, and they would password. They would encrypt it with a password. But
what's Linksys?
It's like a modem for internet that you can use. But like if your neighbors were like close enough, they could like also get it picked up on the like your wireless network as well. And it was encrypted with a password, but the default password for Linksys I think was password. So my neighbors had it just left as password. So I was able to access their faster internet anytime I was like trying to play like, Maple Story or RuneScape.
Wow.
Yeah, RuneScape. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's the things we
Y'all ever
now.
set the self-destruct button on the computer? You know how like you can run what's it called, like a terminal command or some crap, like so you'd set like some program on the computer where it's to run the command to turn the computer off when you click it, and then you change the image and the name of the file to like Internet Explorer, so that when people kept clicking Internet Explorer to use the library computer, it would just boop. It would just shut down. And we just I don't know, one of my friends said, I went, that's evil, and I looked at it, I went, but now I know how to do it.
I remember when I think it was like my junior year of high school. We had this new version of Safari on the Macs that could actually let you edit the source code of the websites. Like like when you do like F12 or whatever on a
F12,
website, yeah, and you can like edit it. Some kids figured that out. Like obviously it only does it client side, and once you refresh the page, it's back to normal. But people would like pull up like the school's homepage. Because like that's like what was on the computers all the time. It was like the school's homepage. So people would go on the school's homepage. They just like do a bunch of like random bullshit on the website and they just leave it up for the next person to see. Oh, that was good shit.
I remember so our school mainly worked off of like Google Docs and everything, Google Drive. And the first day, my teachers made the mistake of not like letting students not edit it. So like immediately on announcements, like everybody started messing around.
Dick.
So they immediately learned after that. But I remember one day in like grade 12 or something, I came to school kind of late. And it was like during one of my social studies, or actually no, it was during like the time when we were doing Macbeth. And the lesson was all on the Google. Yeah,
school plays. Wow.
The entire lesson was all on the Google Doc, but my teacher told me like, yeah, I kind of let the students like edit it.
Yeah.
And like I opened it up and like
just full of like, hi Mandy.
No, like the entire Google Doc was like pink, and there were drawings of like someone getting stabbed, I think. But then my teacher.
Well, I mean that's Macbeth.
My teacher did say he's like, it doesn't really look like they're getting stabbed though.
Okay.
It looked a little bit different.
I see. This is the last thing I'll say before we move on, because I actually really enjoyed this like school topic, quite a bit.
Fun.
A little. Well, I think it's nice to have these types of conversations so that like people can get to know us better. But last thing I'll say is like it was a really weird going to school, and Karada, I think you can relate to this as well, when like the technology was emergent, because literally everyone was learning at the same time. And the funny thing is the students were able to learn this technology faster than the teachers. So things like probably Google Docs, those smart boards, the smart boards.
Oh, yeah, the ones that they put on top of the board.
Yeah, those came in at like the very tail end of my high school career. But like like the students were figuring those out faster than the teachers were. So it was like this really weird period of like they were introducing all this new technology to the schools, but like the students were catching on to it so much faster than the teachers, and like the teachers were having to play like catch up all the time on the students when it came to like all these technological advancements. It was so crazy.
Did you have to? I'm pretty sure you, Tam, you and I don't remember these in like the very early. You're probably in middle school, or was it? I think I was in elementary school. The acetate crap.
Acetate.
You know that clear, like those clear plastic, like pages, right? So it's imagine like if you laminate something. Yeah. So they put that on top of the projector, and then they have the
the overhead projectors. Yeah.
I was just wondering because I don't know, it just randomly like picked up in my head. I went, oh my god!
Yeah, that was like 11 years of my high school career was spent looking at overhead projectors.
I remember one of the students. She rarely ever would come to the school because my school is mainly like it was online, but also like it was a sports school, so like she was mainly across the world skiing. And the one time she came to school. We just got one of those projectors up, like one of the sheets that you have to put them in front of like the whiteboard or whatever. She was playing around with it and just like kind of jiggling it, and one of the straps on the side like fell, and the projector went through the window. It's like that was her one day at school, and she like
perfect
completely destroyed the window.
Perfect. Yes.
We had to have like a board over the window for like the entire winter.
I can guarantee you there was a school meeting about that, with the superintendent and stuff. It's like, okay, we gotta figure out how to prevent this from happening in the future, because once kids catch on,
just no more windows,
no more windows,
no more buildings. That's how you solve it.
Well, it's like you'd get those weird situations where they would be doing construction on the school during the school year. So then, like, you had to have classes out in like trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to We had to do that a few times.
Oh, it was fucking dreadful, especially during the.
Out of class trailers, bro.
It was bad enough during the winter when it was cold, but like during the spring and going into the summer when it was like super duper fucking hot. Oh my
Yeah.
god, fucking getting murdered.
Y'all remember those free toilet mints? I don't know, those were pretty bomb, bro. I think.
Oh, shut the
Oh my
fuck up! Oh, that's so gross, dude.
Like everybody's also going through puberty, so like
Sorry, just randomly remember
everyone just
like
smells like
little
crap.
things.
Anyway,
Whoa.
let's move on from reminiscing and nostalgia and
Sorry.
move into
The
the
toilet
move into
mints,
the
man.
now. Let's
Yeah.
move into,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
not quite the now, but like a week beforehand. How was your week, Forrest?
Should we do introductions first? Because we didn't even do that.
Shit, like, I don't. I at this point,
You know what? It's fine.
Dude, we're 6
It's
episodes in. We're like famous now.
Oh my god. We're gonna like
Oh,
look-
introduce yourself.
yeah.
Oh,
then.
I'm just
you can
gonna
see
say
what
that-
Forrest Raider is up to at twitch.tv/Forrest Raider, and this is what she's been up to. Forrest, take it away.
I was just gonna say we're gonna look back at this one day and just cringe really hard.
I'm cringing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
crap.
Okay. So what have I been up to this week? I don't know.
Good week.
It's I really don't know. Terraria. A lot of Terraria. Terraria. What, Karada?
I was just waiting for you to say it earlier. I don't know what I've been doing this week. Oh, you know what you've been doing this week.
Well, it's just like I
I
also
see
don't
you
wanna-
on at 5 a.m. my time, knowing what
Ooh.
you're doing. I don't say a thing.
Is it
Because I'm going to let you make
PSO2?
your own choices.
I see you on PSO2 a
did.
lot.
You did say a thing though, Karada. You always say a thing.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh, you had fun? And then I would just go to bed.
That's why you don't display
Yeah.
your status on Discord, everyone. Okay.
really
That's why you
need
go
to
invisible like
Do
me.
that.
I do
Yeah.
it just to mess with anybody, so I don't really like monitor anybody. You know what I mean?
Well,
Anyways, about your week.
yeah, so I finally got into Terraria.
Mm-hmm.
The Discord has also made a point of telling me that I need to go to bed. So
Like
I
your
really
entire
should
Discord just
do it.
being like adding you and go to sleep.
They've started making memes of
Oh
me.
no! It was first it was milk, now it's sleep.
Yeah.
Is
Well, it's
that-
been sleep for a while. I go
Okay.
into anyone's streams now and people are like, Forrest, go to bed, even though it's like 2 p.m.
Mm.
You're welcome.
You literally send the entire internet after me.
I could if I wanted to.
I even remember this one time where you were streaming and I think I got onto GU or something. And so obviously my status came up and someone PM'd me saying, "Hey Forrest, go to bed." It's like
I don't remember who. I don't remember. It happened probably so many times. I don't remember what time it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no. So Terraria has been slowly but surely taking over my life.
Okay.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
you
start
haven't been-
tackling the.
Have you been streaming Terraria or just playing it on your off time?
Just playing it.
Okay.
I've actually been streaming a little bit less recently.
There's
Just
there's
kind
like,
of
Twitch integration with that game, right?
is there?
Is there?
Yeah, like I think there's like some type of Twitch integration where like viewers can like spawn in monsters and stuff, right? I think am I thinking of a different game? Am I crazy?
Maybe.
Isn't there
but
Pokemon that does that?
No,
'Cause
no,
I
no.
remember-
Pokemon has no type of Twitch integration, I don't think.
I kind of
um,
want to look into that now, though. I don't really want to stream the game because I really like just playing it on my own and just kind of like dicking around. But like, that's
'Cause,
really cool if there is.
Yeah, I remember watching a bigger streamer play Terraria. I think it was Terraria, the side-scrolling Minecraft sort of game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the chat room somehow spawned like a giant worm boss, and
That
it just
sounds
appeared
about
on yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, though.
So I think that's a
Um,
thing, but I mean, that's I don't know. I don't know if that's actually legit or not. Someone's gonna have to
Yeah.
confirm me on that.
So no, I've been playing a bit of Terraria. I also got like a Terraria mod loader, and it's actually really easy to load mods into your game and everything because it's like bless you, because
Thank
it's
you.
like it's all approved by the developers as well, so it's like it's really easy to integrate it. And yeah, so I'll start messing around on mods soon. But yeah,
Or
otherwise,
Calamity? Or you can do Calamity?
I think so. There's also like a thorium mod that like
Which
adds in
thorium?
It adds in like that's the one that I had told you about, like the new classes.
Oh, the classes. I want to do the healer one, bro. I want to be
I
the
know
best
you
healer.
do. Karada's always a healer in
This
games.
is still about Terraria. I had no idea these were like features in Terraria. I thought it was just like
Yeah.
you're just a guy.
It's just the
and
whole
you just
mod community
do
as well.
That's crazy.
It's like the same idea,
honestly,
yeah.
the game is huge. Like when I first started playing it, I was like, whatever. Because like I think when I first started playing it, I wasn't really that interested because like when I was playing with like Karada, a few other friends and everything. But the problem is they've been playing for a lot longer than us. So like when I loaded in, they already had a house built and like already
But that
had
was
like all these
all them,
materials.
not me.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. They kind of gave me a bunch of stuff. I don't know how to make anything. I don't know how to build a house. I don't what, and they're just like spawning in bosses, and it's like, uh, okay.
So like I've always had Terraria described to me as 2D Minecraft. Like how accurate is that description?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it's pretty accurate, but at the same time, like
There's a lot more though in Terraria, in my opinion.
yeah, because like you've got NPCs coming in. There's like a couple of stuff that you don't really look into until you start playing the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because actually building a house is actually very essential for yourself.
Mm.
Um, because like you do need to build different like houses for NPCs to move in, kind of make a village.
Okay.
And then there's like different bosses scattered around the world that you kind of like there's some like different spawning conditions or whatever.
And the worlds are all generated like when you create your like new file,
Randomly.
right? Like
Yeah,
just
they're all
random
random.
generation. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And
But
there's
like
like
in Minecraft, you don't have like there's like this system that they put in the game where there is a corruption system. So like
Yeah.
there's different biomes in a map, right? Similar to how Minecraft will have like, oh, this is like a deserty type of area, or this is like all grassland, right? We have something similar like that in Terraria, but there's also this corruption thing where it's like the world turns evil or something like that. So it's kind of like a virus that spreads that you
Okay.
have to fend off so that the world doesn't completely get overtaken and then there's no biomes. It's a whole crazy thing, but it's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this, I think it's like Minecraft, but there's a little bit more that they add. On top
there's a
of
bit
it.
more. I mean, I think with the lack of like the third dimension there, they can work on adding a lot more depth in terms of like
Content too.
base features and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
And
sounds
like
interesting.
someone did ask about like classes. So like they're not very specifically put that you have to be a class, but like if you want to like get technical about it, like you could become like a melee player or a gunner or a summoner,
Mm-hmm.
or like you could just mix and match them in a way. But
Okay.
yeah, no, there's a lot to do. It's honestly a lot of fun. Like I'm not completely ready to turn to mods because I still have like quite a few things to do in the game. But yeah, no, it's just like it's a lot of mindless fun, which is kind of like why I'm up at 4 a.m. playing because like I'll literally just turn off my brain or turn on my Spotify and just go.
It does seem like one of those comfy games, you know.
It
Oh,
is.
it
does seem
is.
like
It's
yeah.
surprisingly a lot more addicting than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would like the game at the start, and then I just kind of just kept going.
Yeah,
I didn't have
Yeah.
anything else to do in Monster Hunter, and I just kept going.
so like a
Yeah.
lot of big streamers that I follow, they have secondary channels for when they like just want to like just casually play stuff, but still want people to watch.
I should do that.
And like
dude.
all those channels I see, all like the casual alternate channels for these big streamers I see, they're always playing one of two games. They're either playing Minecraft or Terraria. Like those seem to be like I just want to chill out and play something.
I could see that
know?
though. Like it's honestly really just yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a game to, sit back and relax to.
Okay.
I think Minecraft is
Um,
definitely going to be the more like relaxing one. There are like the harder whatever bosses of like Minecraft that I've seen. Like one of my other viewers, she's in like Japan or whatever, so she spawned like this one generated world. So I was like, oh, can I fight like the Ender Dragon or whatever it's called? And like she taught me like, oh, you break these things, you do this to fight the dragon. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of cool, just fighting it. And that was a lot more complex than I thought it would be. Like for Minecraft, I thought it was just run around in Animal Crossing's the game essentially with random things blowing up. But
it actually does
when you
have a
go with
story.
like Terraria though, like like you have everything trying to kill you at like the
Yeah.
randomest times, and then
Right.
the bosses are insane, and then It's all.
Yeah.
It's all. I don't know. I liked it a lot more than Minecraft, but I still like the music at least from Minecraft too. But I wouldn't mind, saying that it's like more content than Minecraft. But I wouldn't play the whole game, so who knows?
Yeah. And it's just like the mods honestly are really good. Like one of the mods adds over like 20 new bosses, like over 2,000 new items. It's crazy.
So when was the
Yeah.
last official update for Terraria? Not like mod, but like official from the developers.
Let me search that up real quick. I actually don't know.
Because this is sound like
I-
one of those games that's like very much carried by the community, maybe.
I think I was talking to someone and they said that they had their last official one say like a year ago saying that we're not doing
Yeah.
anything
Okay.
anymore, and then say
Okay.
like a couple months ago they
Uh-huh.
released another update anyways, and that's what we got for like.
Well,
the
I
new
think
or
I think they
whatever.
weren't expecting such a big turnout of like, because if what you're describing about this like modding community is like legitimately like holding it up this much,
Yeah, yeah.
keeping it afloat. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are playing with mods. Like it seems to be one of those games where it's like if you're just playing baseline vanilla, like that's not the way to
Vanilla's
go.
nice though. I have a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Like yeah.
And then
from
the modding is nice too because you have different like stories and stuff that they incorporate. They're going nuts with the modding stuff
Right.
because you can build that like insane things in the game.
Because like the way you
Yeah.
were describing it with the mods, it started sounding to me like a Skyrim situation where it's like if you're playing base vanilla Skyrim on PC, like what the fuck are you doing? Are you stupid? like at least get Sky UI, But yeah, that's really cool to hear though. There's like so
Yeah.
much depth to Terraria that I never really knew about. I
So
just always spectated
yeah,
it.
Terraria, the 1.4 update came out May 16th, 2020.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, so over a year.
and yeah, so that was a major update. It was called Journey's End.
Mhm.
The release occurred on Terraria's 9th anniversary, actually.
Mm.
So we just passed the 10th anniversary.
Has it been
actually.
out for that long? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's pretty crazy to think about. But they did say that was probably gonna be the last major update to Terraria.
Mhm.
So yeah. That's that's amazing that so many people are still playing the game.
I don't know. I always had it in my head that Terraria came out like 5 years ago.
Nah,
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
did that actually come out before Minecraft then or right afterwards?
No, definitely after. Definitely after.
When did-
Minecraft was like,
Wasn't that 2011 as well, or is that 2010?
was it 2011?
I thought Minecraft was first. and
Minecraft,
then
I think
Terraria
Minecraft
was-
was first, and then Terraria came
Yeah.
afterwards, I think. Let me look that up real
Okay.
quick.
I'm sure, like-
Minecraft.
I'm sure like a lot of
Crazy
people are
town.
like, "Oh my god, Terraria is
2011,
such a
okay.
ripoff."
So Minecraft was November
in
18th,
the beginning
2011.
probably.
What was that, Tim?
November
When?
2011. Oh my god. Yeah,
So
Terraria
it
came out
actually-
first.
Yeah, Terraria came out
Oh,
first.
May
really?
2011. Yeah, wow. Okay.
Get fucked, Minecraft.
Fuck you, Minecraft. Fuck you, Notch.
Oh wow. Wow.
Damn. Well, like revelations being revealed constantly because everyone always thinks of Minecraft as like the bigger OG one, but like
Well,
wow.
Yeah, because like
Well, like Minecraft definitely is bigger in terms of scope and like community, but like
Well, it's just like they're both presented in such a different way as well.
yeah.
But like, yeah, like Minecraft was so revolutionary in a way, but it's like, dang, Terraria was actually first.
Like someone in chat is saying Minecraft was 2009. It's saying
I think
initial
that's-
release date 2011
No,
here.
2011 is the full game. 2009, I think, was the alpha.
Oh. Okay.
So if you want to do like full release, I think it's 2011.
Yeah, because like the number I'm seeing everywhere, the day I'm seeing everywhere is November
Parada.
18th, 2011.
Hold it.
First
back.
developed in May 2009. Okay, never mind. Okay, it was 2009. Okay, so there it is, 2009. So it was like early access 2009, and then like full release 2011. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So other than Terraria, were you up to anything else?
A little bit of PSO2 as well.
Okay, we talked about
Um,
PSO2 before.
Yeah, so they
Um,
have their like new event coming out.
Yeah.
And at the end or sometime in August, they're gonna be coming out with a new class.
Oh,
So,
is that the
that'd be
Katana
fun.
one?
Yeah, the Katana
Yeah,
and
Virgil.
Bow one.
Virgil.
Karada, do you just want to like
No.
vocally release this?
No, he's just.
No.
He's just.
I was holding.
He's being amused by the phrase "full release."
I wanted
for audio listeners.
He's being very amused by the term "full release."
For the last 2 minutes.
Is there anything that we can say without you turning it into some type of like sexual innuendo?
I didn't mean to. I said it was funny. I'm sorry.
That's something I unlearned in like college.
Why, man? I was supposed to hit the full release. I went, funny joke. Freaking, I don't know, man. It just happens, okay?
Jeez.
I was silent, all right?
But for other
Or
like
as best as I could.
But for other long-running games as well, the reason why this event is happening on PSO2 currently is because it's also its 9th anniversary. So
Terraria and
Oh, for some reason I thought you were talking about New Genesis, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like hyper speed here. Holy shit!
yeah, it's been 9 years. No,
PSO2,
the full for PSO2. Although PSO2 has only been in the West for I'd say 3 years.
Like
or 2?
like 2 or 3 years.
It hasn't been very long. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. If there's anybody that kind of dropped PSO2 for a bit, there's quite a lot of stuff you can do on NGS right now for the event.
I gotta pick back up PSO2 then.
Did they fix the server side lag?
What was that, sir?
Did they fix the server side lag?
Oh,
the
yeah,
open world? Okay.
There's no lag.
Yeah, that was making the game nigh unplayable for me when I was starting that first week.
No,
it was definitely the player volume was probably a lot higher than they were expecting for New Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like old players and new players, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody at once, yeah.
Yeah. So yep, that's all good.
Mm.
And yeah, otherwise for my week, played some Rise a couple of days ago. Was working on my alt for a little bit, and I actually discovered that it's really fun to start the game over again.
Should I try that? You think I should try that?
Let's all three of us next podcast. We'll all just play.
We'll just
multi-stream on the podcast, bro.
I'll have to get a setup for that. That could be fun, like just having like 3 screens or something.
Yeah, let's think about it.
Or it would have to be like on our individual channels and just multi-stream. I don't know.
I don't know if we can do that yet, right? Because that's like a partner thing that you can have like a team stream, but not.
Well, I meant like the multi-stream website.
The link. Yeah,
you can use the link. It is kind of set that only partners can do multi-streams though. But
then what? Like, let's hurry the fuck up, Forrest. You get that partner.
Karada's the one that's closer.
Dude, I already quit streaming. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude. But yeah. So I played some Rise, played some Generations Ultimate. Lots of fun.
And
just been slowly but surely working at Silverwind again.
Back on that train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking about soloing EX Deviants just like triggered Karada's PTSD, and he was like,
No, because I told her if she got her time, then I would have to get my time, and my time's significantly more annoying.
On Thunderlord? For you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got like 10 minutes and like what, 29 or 37 seconds? Some crap where it's like 10 minutes, but not sub 10. And I'm like, it's a matter of say 30 seconds I'm off, and I'm like, no,
I know. It's the same case for me. Like I have to get sub 15, and I think my best currently is 1540. And it's just like I don't know what I did that day. It was just like I guess I was just
should have taken that one might seed during some downtime or something. There's like just one thing, like
there's
one
not
optimization
much time
you
though
can
in
do.
Silverwind, bro. He's just
like
jumping.
Just like a few optimizations that you can do where
I think like the biggest thing that I need to do is work on a better set. Because it's just like it feels just way too fine-tuned. It's like I gotta work around with it. So
that was your week?
That was my
and
week.
Where can people find you doing all that stuff?
Twitch.tv/Forest Raider.
There it is. All right, Karada,
The local Starbucks.
what were you up to? She streams from her local Starbucks. That's why she doesn't have a camera.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's like she's like streaming, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, can I get a latte?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Can I get your
Um,
number with that?
Yeah, Karada. What were you?
oh, dude, she just doubled down on him. Not on her own stream, of course. She would never double down.
No,
Of
of
course.
course not.
But Karada,
Dang.
what have you been up to?
Dude, I've just been taking a break, bro. Because first things first, if it's really hot in my room or in my house, I'm not streaming. I
Mood
can't.
killer. Absolute
I
mood
would
killer. Yeah.
never be who I am right now. If it's like hot, like 90-degree weather outside, sure, you'll see me like ha ha ha. But that like laugh is the expense I have for energy for the whole day because I'm just like ha ha. Oh, my body's hot now. It's like that's it. I can't do anything.
So what you're saying is we should choose more hot days to do the Farcaster podcast, huh? Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then I'll shut up. I like that. I have a fan though. No, it just pushes around hot air though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like,
yeah,
I have
that's
I have like a central air unit and then like a fan in front of it. But,
Yeah, but that's been what I've been looking at actually. I wanted to see if there's like portable air conditioners or something. So I'm like trying to take a look. You know, like for those room ones, like you can add like water to it or something and it'll cool the air. That's one of the ones I want. I can't have the one by the window, especially with the way my room is currently set up. If I move everything around, maybe.
And if you fuck up one thing with like a window unit, like you'll get like bugs coming in and stuff. It sucks. If you don't like.
I also
put the
don't
filter
want
in
like
correctly.
like imagine the mic right next to the sound of the
Yeah.
I don't want that crap either. Like I'm not gonna be able. I sleep with the sound of a fan and that's enough. I can't sleep with like the whole entire night yet.
I mean, I think noise suppressed filters nowadays are actually pretty good at isolating AC sound, but it does depend on like how consistent the noise is and where it's coming from and how loud it is. So
yeah, because my bed's like without the camera moving, like my bed's literally right there, like right next to me, and my window's literally right behind like the bed like framing of it. So it's like it doesn't even fit in the window right now. And if I put it on the other window, it'd be blocking like my computer itself. So I'm like I can't do anything unless I move everything.
right,
So,
yeah.
you know.
Well,
But it's mostly just been the heat.
So
that's why I've been taking off.
Okay, so like, cause I can never really catch your streams because you stream during zombie hours for me. So it's like
hours. Yep.
So you've been playing a lot of off stream then, or just
I've just
chilling?
been either listening to music or I've been busy with
Gotcha.
like I also been playing a bit of Terraria since I don't really have much to do. Like the Monster Hunter at the moment. But other than that, I mean this week has been special because it's like my brother and like my mom's birthday, so I've been celebrating that. I've been either drinking or just going out and hanging out with family and stuff. So
having a life. Hey,
You hear
this that, week, guys? Life is more than just video games.
Really?
What?
Huh? I'm telling you guys.
But yeah, it's been really nice. So I was just kind of like, whether it's just like hanging on voice chat or something. Well, actually, I haven't really been doing that either. But like just been hanging out with people, talking to people, and then I just sleep.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. But like last night we some people came over the house and stuff, and we were like drinking, eating, and just hanging out.
Hell yeah!
Oh my god, dude! Last night was terrible. I was just telling Forrest about this when you before the stream. Dude, I fell asleep on the couch like sideways. I don't know why. I was positioned really poorly. It's my spine was not straight when I slept. I figured that out when I woke up. I had the weirdest dream. I can omit that part for now.
Okay.
The dream was really weird. I don't even know anymore. But I woke up mid-dream, waking up while speaking what I was saying in the dream. I don't know. It was weird.
Oh no, yeah, that's a thing that happens a lot.
Oh my god, it scared the crap out of me. But like I woke up and like I felt like the bottom, like the base of your spine. Like I felt mine not like in a straight line, but it was like twisted or then like at like a weird curve. Like I don't know. It's because I slept like turned in some weird way.
I mean,
so when I got up, I tried to walk to my room and I went, oh. Help.
You gotta get those stretches out, man.
Yeah, and then I got to my bed and I laid flat and I'm like, I can't sleep. I was in pain, bro. It was so bad. I had to do I did some stretches. I was doing like freaking yoga poses in my bed.
You don't have
I was trying anything, bro.
You don't have scoliosis or anything, do you?
No, I don't think so. It was like the only night that's ever happened to me, and I think that's just because I, didn't have like my bed or just a proper like position. Because I was like talking to my brother and my cousin, and then I was just kind of like in and out. Because like when I drink, I get like a little sleepy.
Yeah,
So I was just kind of like, oh,
that's natural. Yeah.
oh, and then my body just like fell asleep and like, oh, I just melted into the couch.
Yeah.
Just turned to a pile of ice cream on the couch. Oops.
Yeah.
Is it?
But then I
But
got
is
back.
it like is the temperature difference between like your room and your living room like drastically different?
So different. My room is its own like
Well, yeah, it's because like
its
you
own
got a
biome, bro.
you got a
Is it,
PC
like-
running and Windows and all that in like a smaller space, so it's like yeah.
Is it like south
Yeah.
facing or something? Like
What is?
what
What is
I
south
mean is
facing?
like do you
There's
get
4
more
walls.
sunlight?
I don't know what.
No, but I mean
The
like
windows.
the windows, like
Yeah.
does more sunlight come in?
The east is where it rises. The west. No, my window is where the sun set. Wait, can you explain that again? What? What am I trying to explain?
The sun, does it come into your room like
No,
when
I don't
does the
invite it into my room.
Corona, I hate you.
Wait, okay. What? When it's morning, it's on the other side of the house.
didn't
When it's
think this
night,
was-
afternoon, it's on the side where my camera's.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's shining directly into your window.
Yeah. This way.
So that
Okay.
like that contributes to like major.
What
Yeah.
the crap am I doing?
What the-
Sometimes
Sorry.
sometimes the sun just like crashes through my wall like the Kool-Aid man. It's like, all right, bitch, time to melt. And I'm like, oh
80
no,
degree
please,
weather
Mr. Sun.
now.
Well, no, I just like I mean by that because like my apartment is south facing, so
Mhm.
like the sunlight because like the south is like where a majority of the sun like if you're south facing, that's like a term for like you get a lot of sunlight.
Why is that way when the west is where it sets for me? Because the sunrise on the east, it sets on the west. My window on that side is facing west, where the sun sets, so the sun is peering into my room.
Well, it's like
But the south
are all the
is
windows
that-
are all the windows are on one side of your room?
Yeah, I don't have on all 4.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
the one.
Or like
side.
2? Okay.
There's 2 windows on the west.
Well, it's not a perfect cardinal structure in
No.
your room. You're probably like at an angle or something then.
I don't know.
Okay.
The
I mean,
sun
I only
gets
have,
through
like,
my windows. That's all I know.
This
man.
room only has one window, and my sheets got ruined. So what I ended up doing, instead of going out and buying sheets like a normal person, I took like a
a
tablecloth.
towel.
And
Oh,
then,
a
like,
tablecloth.
and then I put like tacks up on top, and then I just like in order to like open it up, I just like tie it with a rope, and then it's open, and it
But,
goes into like a V formation.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like the fact that
What?
like the sun just like
Why?
it hits the south more than it does the north. Like the north is kind of like always the cooler side, you know?
Mhm.
Like when I think about it, I think of like the mountain, the ski hill I used to go to. The south side was always much more melted and much hotter than the north side.
Yeah.
So is
the
the
sun
South
would-
Pole colder than the North Pole?
Why does your brain think like that? No. Both of them are cold.
No, I get that, but is one colder than the other because of the?
But you have to also consider because the Earth doesn't like go in a straight. The sun doesn't go in a straight line.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
what one of the chat members is saying.
Or do you
south-facing
believe that the Earth
window-
is flat?
Yeah, do you
Is
believe
this
that
where
the
is this
sun
where
goes
we
straight
expose that
through the
Corona
earth?
actually
This
thinks
is all a simulation, bro. Who's ever poking holes in the fabricated sky to look like stars? Dude, I had this whole conversation with some guy. I don't know, man. It was crazy.
I think I
says-
legitimately had a flat earther on my chat room before. Oh, go ahead though.
Oh yeah, so I was talking to this guy. He's one of my friends. Is I don't know, like cousin or some crap, right? And he's telling me like, "Yo, man, he took LSD and it opened like 100% of his brain power when normally the human brain uses like 10." I'm
I
like,
hate.
all
I hate
right,
that so much.
I'm listening. I'm like so excited, bro.
There's
And like everybody, I'm not personally a nurse, but everybody I know is in nursing, so they would know. But he just kept talking, bro, and he was like, "Dude, everything is just a simulation, and anybody who says otherwise, they just get rid of them." Like, who the crap is they? You know, like the government, bro. I'm like, Okay, continue. He's like, yeah, man, the government doesn't want us to find out like the secrets of like the universe. I'm like, okay, so the world is flat to you. I'm like, okay, we established that. I'm not even gonna go much further. But then he goes, yeah, look, the sky, bro, the sky is like we're in like a dome. Like the flat earth is encased in a dome, which like they choose what the sky is, and I'm like, but what about like the sun and the stars? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just like a projection, or like they do something, and I don't know, man. I don't know the science. I'm like, okay, well then what about the people who have posted about like all the different theories and stuff? Yeah, bro, they get rid of them. That's why you don't know where they are anymore. I'm like,
Eventually
what?
every podcast goes down the road of conspiracy podcast, and I think this is our ticket in right now.
Get
I
it,
think it's
though.
happened.
There's
Yeah.
no such thing as gravity. It's all just
It was like,
magnetism.
isn't like because there's been like numerous movies about like, oh, humans only use 5% of their brain, but then you like unlock the potential. Like, isn't the reason we use 5% of our brains is because if we use any more, like we would like literally just bleed out and die.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure
and, like,
we
our
use
heads
a
would
lot
explode.
more of our brain than we think, because there's a lot of actions going on in our body without our processing. We
Well,
don't. It's like a
it's like
parallel thing that we're
subconscious.
doing. We're not.
We have
We don't tell
subconscious
our heart to pump.
processing.
Yeah,
We don't
like,
tell
yeah.
our minds to blink.
Like-
Well, now you're blinking manually.
Like
You're
mechanical
welcome.
functions that you do yourself. Like mechanical functions like talking, moving, touching, stuff like that. Like that's like, that's the part that's being used. But like the rest of it is like, it's like a
I can't
computer.
remember what part of that brain is. I did all of this last year in biology. But yeah, no, our brain, like it literally, autonomous. That's the part of our brain that's like literally always working to keep us alive, but we're not telling it.
Pretty
to
sure
do
that's
it.
something we heard in like a movie just for the sake of the movie, and people took it as fact. You know how many times like in different shows and movies that they
Yeah.
do like those hospital scenes, and they're like doing CPR, and they like I think I told you guys about this before,
In
that
the
like
dimly
all my
lit
family's
hospital room, yeah.
and like they're not doing any bit the right procedures for anything.
No.
Like somebody's bleeding from there, and it's like Dragon Ball Z. Like you get punched in the face and you break your leg. Like what? That's not how that works. They do like the chest compressions at like the wrong pace, and they're just mouthing over. I don't know. It's stupid, but we don't take that as fact. You know what I mean? If you want to know, like, ask a doctor, ask a nurse. Don't freaking take Grey's Anatomy as your only medical knowledge. You know what I mean?
I've taken like a CPR classes before and everything, and like avalanche courses, and it's like how they show you how to do CPR is nothing how it is in the shows and everything. Like when you're doing CPR, you need to try to like actually break the ribs, basically.
Yeah, you have to like go really hard. I was
yeah. And it's just I don't know.
Did you say avalanche?
Avalanche training.
Yeah, avalanche training. What?
How do you train for a nap?
Because it's actually very, very complicated, dude.
Well, I don't know what the confusion is here, Karada.
If someone
I'm sorry, Cam, do you have like the polar ice caps in your backyard, buddy?
Well, no, but like obviously she lives in an area where avalanches are more common than here in the States.
But that was just my question though. Like, how do you train for it?
So basically, you're training if someone gets caught in an avalanche, how to avoid being caught in an avalanche, and what to do like afterwards, basically.
So it's more just like hypotheticals and theoretical training.
No.
There's
actually there's actual like strategies that you really need to remember. So like if someone gets caught, you need to like you basically you have your materials. So you have like what is it called? You're like it's like a
hook? You have a hook?
No.
I don't know why a hook came to mind.
You have a stick. I can't remember what it's called. Oh my god, it's been so long. You have like a proper like GPS basically.
Mm-hmm.
So like yours beeps when you're near someone else basically. So like that can help you find someone. Like you have to do this all like really, really quickly because when you're under the snow, like you can't breathe.
You have only a few,
Like on top of that, the snow, like as soon as it settles, it basically turns into cement on your body.
Yeah.
So like people more or less get crushed, by the snow before they like lose oxygen.
Oh, do they
And
like go to like
hypothermia.
some ski slopes or something, and then like dedicate like an
It's
area like of snow to like have a hypothetical like situation or something?
it's more of when we did our avalanche training, we actually went into the backcountry. So that's
Okay,
like
so just actual snow and possibly
yeah.
whatever.
So like
Yeah. Okay.
when
Okay.
because the ski slopes, those are all bombed. They're all dynamited. So like there's no chance of avalanches.
They do controlled avalanches, yeah.
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 But then you can go out into the backcountry, which isn't patrolled. But obviously you do have like people there that know how to like deal with avalanches.
Hmm.
So yeah, you know,
That's
a lot
cool.
of fun actually.
I
We
can
we got to
imagine.
we got to bury one of my friends, and we
Out of context, it
we
sounds horrible.
yeah, no, don't
Did you
do
say
this.
you had to bury?
We
Sorry, I was just thinking. I zoned out and I went, what? What?
No, yeah, we buried one of my friends. So he had a stick. What are they called? Shit.
I'm
Uh,
a,
it's
I'm
like a
gonna Google
telemark or
I'm
something.
gonna Google avalanche stick.
But yeah, no, he
Avalanche
had a.
stick.
What is it called?
It's just like this little rinky
Well,
dinky.
no, but it's like you actually have like a strategy with it because they're folded up and everything, and then you have to
But not
throw
like
it.
the skiing pole thing, right? Not
No,
like
those
that
are
crap.
no, those
A snow
are
probe.
yes, snow probe.
There we go. Got it.
Krata, I know. Funny name, I know.
I don't know. That was too easy for me. Give me a good smile though. Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
the other
you
thing, the beacon was like an avalanche transceiver.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
So yeah, no, he had a probe and he was able to hold it while he was buried. So we were just kind of like talking above him, and then suddenly we saw the probe like wiggle madly because it's like, oh shit, we better take
Get
him
me
up.
out
And
of here!
help me. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. The views in the backcountry are beautiful as well.
I need to take a trip up to Canada at some point.
Ah, it's
And yeah,
so I miss skiing so much and going in the backcountry. It's like seeing unmarked powder and skiing down it. It literally feels like you're floating.
How was the skiing situation in 2020? In like near the tail
Uh,
end, was it like no one was going at
so
all?
they it was a lot different. My dad, he had more problems with some stuff. Like there was actually once where you have to wear a mask, but you can use kind of like your shell of your because when you go skiing, basically you should already have a mask in general because like
Yeah,
sometimes it can get really cold when you're like going pretty fast down the
and
slope
like
and everything.
windburn and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
windburn exactly. So he already
that
had
was
one, but
windburn.
when you go too quick, it can burn your skin.
Hmm.
Yeah, it actually hurts a lot.
Yeah. Like you ever
So
been
like
like
you when
a
you're going like the like in a game or like a show where they're going so fast that they
Yeah,
where
yeah
they're like that's an
they're
actual
getting
thing.
they're getting windburn.
yeah.
What the crap? I didn't-
So you actually need to have like a what's the name? I can't remember any of my ski terms when
Like
we
a
were
tropical
skiing in years.
A
cream.
baklava
Something
or
like that, yeah.
yeah.
Um, we had a proper name for it though, and so he had one, but the ski lifty didn't think that it was like suitable for COVID,
Mm.
and
Uh,
the chairlifty, which is like basically when you're getting onto a chairlift, they're going really fast. You can slow it down, but like it's necessary for the chairlifty to grab the chair, lower it, hold it back, and then like basically make sure that the skier can get onto the chairlifty, like basically not have it smash into their legs and break them.
Right.
This chairlifty basically took the chair and like smashed it into my dad's legs and like just was an absolute douche. Um so yeah, no, you can totally break your legs if like your chairlifting is not good. Which is why you need to be really strong, which they're not
I
always.
am.
No, I've totally had some chairlifties.
And
But yeah, no, for COVID situation, most of the food stands and like most of the village was closed really.
Not
that
gonna
was
lie though, I do kind of miss skiing too. I think I went
Me
skiing
too.
like 3 times and like snowboarding 1 time, and it was pretty fun.
I never
That was
actually
Also
tried
went snow tubing once. Snow tubing was like it was a
that's
short
always-
slope, but it was kind of fun.
any sort of traversal down a snow slope is loads of fun.
Oh yeah, I
It's-
missed it so much.
You just kind of like you walk up a mountain for like 5 seconds of fun, like a water park or some crap. It's just
Yeah.
Well, I
like,
mean,
It's worth
dang,
it.
I wait in this line for 20 minutes to have like 30 seconds of fun. This is awesome.
Let's go again. Yeah.
Let's go on this line again,
Spend
bro.
like
I don't even wanna
5
go on the
hours just to
ride.
go down like 2 times. Yeah.
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 Well, Kurata, I remember I showed you that one
The
Steam
video, yeah, yeah,
video.
yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
with
with
like
the
the
lights and
beautiful lights.
everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's like that's what we
That was
used to
awesome.
watch all the time as kids because like that was like basically our backyard. It's like this absolutely beautiful video of these people in light suits at skiing at night, and it's just like they're traversing down this really steep glacier, basically.
Mm.
Very beautiful, very well done.
How did we get to talking
And
about avalanches and safety from
Avalanche
conspiracy
training.
theories?
I like training things.
we were talking about CPR and stuff like that.
So, so Karada, what else? What else have you been up to in your week other than
Learning.
laying down our conspiracies?
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean, again, it's mainly been the heat and then time with family. I was thinking about like, in terms of streaming, like what I can do since there's not really much to do for Rise. I was thinking about just going straight up stories, and then I want to think I think I'm gonna finish the main story of it, and then everything I do with stories will be just like offline.
Mhm.
Like I'll do it like off stream and stuff. And the only
Right.
other thing I really was thinking about was I might double dip and go get the PC version, but not yet. In
Same.
time, but not yet. I don't have to wait till it's like on sale or anything. But I will say though, I did get excited for stories because it's gonna be like my first time playing it. Despite I don't know if I talked about it before, but when I played the demo, it kind of felt like I wanted to run in there and hit things like in Monster Hunter, and then I ran in there, and then
Well,
the battle started, and I was like,
we
"What
can-
the crap? This is Pokemon!"
yeah.
And I was like,
we can cover this. We can cover this in
Yeah.
our stories too, impressions. But
yeah." But I was just kind of like weird, and I was like, "Okay."
where can
and
people
I'm
find
like,
you
you
though?
know,
Where can people
Oh.
find you?
Twitch.tv/Karada-sama.
Okay. And then
How about you, Tom?
as for me, hold on, let me update this here real quick. As for me, I've been actually streaming a lot of Generations Ultimate
Yeah.
just because I wanted to revisit it. It's like the feeling of Valor Longsword and getting the parry on a
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Glavenus. It's like immediately like once I did like the double parry on the double Hellblade tailspin, I was like, yep, okay. This game's here to stay, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
this is too good. This is too good.
I haven't
It's
done
too
it to
good.
myself yet. I haven't broken in the emergency break.
It's
I need it.
it's like in case of emergency, smash glass, you know, and that's
Yeah.
GU right
Yeah.
there.
I know your GU game is like sitting in a glass.
Yeah, a
It's,
glass
it's
container.
still in the case, just waiting for me, and I'm like, no. It's
but yeah,
not
I've been-
time yet.
again.
I've been doing a lot of GU on stream, having a lot of fun with that. I had an Iceborne fashion contest yesterday.
So much fun.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people come in for that. There was like no signups or anything. It was literally like, hey, if you want to come on in to the lobby, you can. And I think the themes. What were the themes? It was like, so the way it works, and I'll have another one like sometime in the fall, I think. But like the way it works is that I give a theme, and then I give everyone in the lobby 5 minutes to craft, and then not craft, but like put together a fashion set based off of the theme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and Forrest was there as well. She was participating in like pretty much all the rounds, right? Yeah, you were
That
there
was
from the very
yesterday?
beginning.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Um,
busy yesterday. I couldn't
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's okay. Would have liked to have you there to judge, man, but
Maybe
Whatever.
another time I'll try.
I think I want to do that
Yeah.
and have like multiple people in a call like judging as well. So it'll be like a panel of judges, you know.
What if we had the Farcasters?
The council has
The
decided
Farcasters.
your
We
fate.
might, yeah, we could do that for a special like Farcasters broadcast.
Yeah,
Just like have.
Farcasters like judging.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll talk about this later. But like the way it worked yesterday was that I would give everyone 5 minutes to put together a layered set for the theme, and the themes were, I think, the first one was beach theme, then the second was like Royal Guard theme, so like the
Yeah.
like a high class
Whoa.
like knight or something,
You said Royal Guard, and I thought of like I don't know in
Devil May Cry.
Nero?
Royal Guard.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
It was also
Trick sword, gun.
It's so cool. I
Royal
love when
Guard.
it does that, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
And then, well, after Royal Guard, it was what was it? I think it was like
Fast and
yeah,
Furious.
it was like Fast and Furious, but not Vin Diesel's family. More of like just a armor set that encapsulates like speed and like
Just
being a
the
speeder.
car.
Yeah, you had a really good you had a really good one though. A really good set for that though, Forrest, where you like dressed up as like kind of like a superhero speedster. Is that what you were going
Yeah.
for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go for like something like kind of tight, but like also really good for like running, for
Yeah.
example. So like I really like that I used the leather goggles.
Yeah,
for it.
it kind of looked like you had like a triathlon like skin
Yeah.
suit on or something, you know?
Ketchawacha headpiece or something. I think Ketchawacha has something like
Oh,
that.
it was Iceborne.
Where his hair's like, okay,
Oh,
wrong
true.
game.
I wish. Is there something you're not telling me? I really want to fight
Rada.
Ketchawacha
Rada,
and
can we
Iceborne.
ask you once again? Have you played Iceborne?
Sorry, forgot. Okay,
I think it was
go.
just the leather headgear that you had on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the basic leather.
Out of my head was still in GU.
And then there was like a
yeah.
bunch of stuff after that where like more people started trickling in. But the last one was like date night where I paired everyone up with someone
Yeah.
else. And I specifically, did you see how I paired everyone up? I tried to pair everyone up with like someone that they already knew. I think the only it's funny because the winner of that category ended up being the two people that didn't know each other at all. It was like two people that didn't know each other at all because they were just like the leftovers that like didn't have like really an affiliation with anyone else in the chat room. So I was like, okay, I'll just pair them together. But then they ended up winning that one, and I'm
Yeah.
really thankful for the whisper feature within Monster Hunter World because I wanted to make sure that this worked. So I was like, okay, how are people going to communicate with each other to coordinate an outfit? And now I was like, I just opened up the chat window. I was like, oh yeah, there's totally a whisper feature here, so this totally works.
It was really cool as well. So I was paired up with a Gemp,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of what ended up happening is I don't know anything about the male layered
Right.
in that game. So he had the gala suit, he had like the rose, he had stuff like that, but I didn't really know how much it could be colored.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured out very quickly that hey, it can't be colored like at all.
Like the female armor set.
Yeah, like
Ah.
I find that the female armor sets can be like just
A lot more
changed
customizable.
yeah, while the
Weird.
male is just kind of like whatever. And I think it's kind of that way again in Rise.
Hmm.
Just kind of been like talking to other people about like their male armor sets and everything, and it's kind of like comparing the two.
Mhm.
I don't know. So yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to do that one, and it was really
Yeah.
cool how you made us go do a hunt together as well.
That was just a spur of the moment thing. Like I don't even know. Like I was just like, whatever, let's just do this. It might be fun if I'm just like
Yeah.
standing out and like kind of like just like recording with my cell phone in
Yeah.
the background, shaky footage. Like, well, look at these. Like I don't
think
know
it
if
was,
you.
like-
It was like you were probably too focused on like your own game and like hunting yourself. But like I'm not sure if you saw like the VOD of it, but it looked really funny. Just like-
yeah, I was looking back on the VOD this morning, and like I think the best part was when like the monster would target you. Like
yeah,
the,
like
the contestants would like try to run up and like direct the monster away from you, and you're like, oh my god.
it's attacking the host. No.
Yeah, I think we took a clip on Twitch before of you doing like Iceborne.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you were
Hey
fighting with a
guys, Sam
tigress.
jamming here. Yeah, I'm like I went to YouTuber mode. It's like yeah, it's one of those like what is that Reddit where it's like
God.
the cameraman gets hit or something. There's like a whole
Yeah.
subreddit about this, but it's like that's totally it. Where it's
love
like,
that.
whoa,
That was
look what's
so
going on
funny.
here, guys. It's like people who like record tornadoes and you're just like fucking run.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys, look, we're poking this tiger with a stick. Let's see what happens. Oh
Just
god,
lunges at
no!
him.
It's attacking us. Yeah.
I need to find that clip right now because it's so good.
So good.
I think it's my most viewed clip, so you can just go to my channel and look at my clips, then sort by most viewed. It's my first one, I think. Yeah,
I like Owen a lot though. That was like the energy and everything was too perfect.
Oh yeah, and then all the clip chimps who are really good at cutting screams off. That's what it is. If you want to set up a good clip on Twitch, guys, that involves a scream, cut off the scream.
Oh
'Cause
my
not-
god.
No,
you're-
but that's like my best feature.
David,
'Cause- well, it's like
like-
not
Go on.
only is it like a hilarious end cap to the clip, but also it encourages people to go to your channel and see like, oh, I want to see like the full VOD of it or where it came from. Well, I want to see what happened afterwards, you know?
Yeah, your clip of Tam tries it is still my favorite clip of like all time.
Which one is Oh, is that the one where against Valstrax?
Where you're like, yeah, where you're like running up and like, I'm gonna try to
Oh.
cut off the tail, and it like immediately turns around, and you
And
just
beams yeah.
Just
Yeah. I think that was like my very first Crimson Glow Valstrax hunt. And yeah, it's
like,
I do want
That
to
was too good, bro.
I do want to revisit Rise soon because I have been like taking a break from it, and like a lot of people come into my chat room like, and this was happening during my GU streams where I would be playing GU and then someone came in and was like, "Is Rise dead?" And I'm like, "Oh god, here we go."
Yeah,
It's like
I've had a few people say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, one, is Rise dead in general? No.
Yeah.
Rise is like as dead as like I'd say Iceborne. It's not dead at all. Iceborne's not dead either. Like these games don't die because there's still people playing them. Like there's still lots of people playing them.
You also
And there's
need
always
to wait
content there.
until it's a finished game before you can say it's dead, because there's just
Yeah.
not enough content.
there's
It's
still
the same thing that happened with World before Iceborne.
Yeah.
Everybody went from World to freaking Final Fantasy or some crap because there's nothing to do in World.
And now everyone went from Rise to Final
Rise to
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. That's just the natural
No,
flow,
but there's,
man.
like, there's still stuff on the roadmap, like all the collab stuff. So it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, is it a drip feed? Yes. It's not what people are used to coming from Iceborne and World, but like it's still there to play. And if the content's not enough for you, then like just move on to another game or give it a break. You know, I think people have this conception that like if you take like a break from a Monster Hunter game, that means it's dead or that you're never gonna revisit it. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna adopt the attitude of like, if I go on stream, if I'm playing a game on stream and someone asks, Tam, are you ever gonna play this game again? I'm just gonna say no. If whatever game I'm not currently playing on stream right now is dead.
Dead to me.
Every game I'm not playing on stream is just dead. I don't care about it anymore. You know, I'm playing GU, World, and Iceborne. They're dead. Rise, dead. If I'm playing Rise, Iceborne, dead. Final Fantasy, dead. If I'm playing Final Fantasy, literally every other game that exists, dead.
You could even say that you're yourself dead.
Yeah, it's literally like, yeah. Hey Tam, are you gonna play? Tam, are you gonna play Stories 2 again? No, it's dead. It's dead.
What do you mean it's dead? No, it died, bro.
It died, dude.
There's
That's why I'm
nobody
not
playing it
playing it.
anymore.
That's why I'm not playing it, dude. It's dead.
Damn, it's only been out for like 2 days. Dead.
No, it's dead. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I'm never gonna play it ever again. You know,
Dude, are we gonna do the podcast? No, the podcast dead.
Podcast is dead. Yeah, no. Literally dead. Everything's dead. If
Yeah.
I like, it's like a object permanence sort of thing when you're like a baby and you don't understand that when things like, yeah.
Where did it go?
Oh, it's gone. Peekaboo. Yeah. Oh, this game still exists. Oh, okay. Phew. I thought you were dead. No, but like, yeah, lots of GU. I'm enjoying it regardless of like what people like, you know, want me to stream. I just want to stream what I want to stream, and then if it doesn't involve Rise, it doesn't involve Rise. But I will revisit Rise. Like I think I want to play Rise this week.
Yeah.
Just because like I've been skipping on the weekly events, and there's some that I still have to do. So
Yeah.
definitely want to get caught up in that. And I've also been thinking about like how I want to do like fashion contests in Rise, because like with Iceborne, it's kind of a different situation. Because with Iceborne, you can have more than 4 people in a lobby, which is fucking great for what I want to do with holding these like big like RuPaul's Drag Race style fashion contests, you know. But also the layered fashion has been out for long enough that like a decent amount of people have like unlocked most of it, I'd say. Whereas with Rise, I think people are still working on their fashion and getting all those fashion tickets and stuff.
We just need more stuff.
Yeah,
Like, that's the main thing. There's a good amount of stuff, but it's not like to the point where it's like everything can have like a funny like combination.
Mm-hmm.
Like how in Iceborne, like when we finally had all those pieces, like you can make all low end, high rank, whatever crap. Then we were like, okay, cool. Now we have stuff to play with other than having to actually wear the armor itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's just in time we'll get
Do you
all
think
those
they
things.
introduced layered armor sets for like everything too soon in Rise?
No, I'm glad they have it in like from the get go, because
Me
that was
too,
like my
yeah.
issue
Yeah.
with like when they said that they allowed that, like, what was it, during Fatalis or some crap when
Yeah.
it came out. I was like, why the crap did you
It
wait
feels like
for, like, the
artificially
last
yeah.
update for me to now finally want to look like what I want to look like instead of like freaking 1,000 hours ago when I was still into the game. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I get to run my staple like Baki set again in like Rise all the way through, then I'm freaking excited. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you got half of it. You got the
It
pants
just
now.
like it kind
Well,
of sucks.
not the pants. I did get.
You did get
Well,
the
that's not the
pants.
important part. Need my 6-pack abs and rockin' bod, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of sucks because like I can never use the Nargacuga armor anymore because I just remember like before the layered armor came out and everything because that's mostly what people were using, the Nargacuga.
It was like a Nargacu in
It
Rise.
was like a mix. Yeah. It was
Oh,
like a
okay,
mix
yeah.
of like a like Tobi Kadachi or like Nargacuga,
Monkey
Zenogre.
pants.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
the
God.
Oh yeah,
Oh god, the
Remaglos.
monkey
every
pants.
leg.
The
Yep.
Rajang pants just ugh.
And now we
Similar.
have Hayabusa 2.0 though, which I really like.
Wait, which
It's a
one
nice
was that?
headpiece. It's
Which one?
the when you beat the Magnum Aloe Basil quest in Village.
Oh, is it the eye patch?
Yes.
Okay,
That
yeah.
one
Oh
has
yeah, it
like
gives like the crit
it's like
4.
4 crit, yeah, like
Yeah.
4 in it, and that's like really nice. Versus the tail, which is like crit 3 with 1 crit boost, really nice too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, I think the thing about again, like with the Hayabusa and like again with the eye patch, it's like they don't give any slots, unfortunately.
That's how to
Um,
balance it out though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Meanwhile,
I
I
think
think
the
that
defense
Teostra
is
gives
not
like
as high. I think Teostra's headpiece is also higher defense than that setup,
yeah.
despite having crit boost on it.
I've been using that one more than the eye patch, I
Yeah,
think.
I use the
Yeah.
tail headpiece because it's just more skills all
More
around.
flexibility.
flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Other than Monster Hunter stuff though, I mean, I've been playing more Final Fantasy 14, but I don't know if anyone wants to hear about that.
I was
Oh,
thinking
go
about
for
getting
it.
into it soon.
You-
I have it
honestly,
downloaded.
like, yeah, I would encourage it. I mean, it has a really good value on the free trial and everything, and
What
you know,
server
a lot
are
of
you
people have
on?
been getting. I'm in the data center is
Okay, it is.
Primal, and the server is
Okay.
Ultros. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to like be in my exact server, it's Primal and then Ultros, but you can be at any Primal, and we can just like visit each other. But they're gonna add data center visiting at later.
I'm
so.
excited for that. I want to do the cross
Like
thing because everyone can just
everyone's
play.
gonna be able to play together. It's gonna be fucking great.
Right. It's a
But
dream.
did the benchmark for Endwalker and got extremely high. But other than that, though, started Stories 2 on yesterday. Yeah, got. I don't know, like not that far. Like I nowhere near the end of the demo, but enough to have impressions. Do you guys want to get into that?
Let's just
sure.
go straight,
Stories
yeah.
2? Yeah. Okay, we'll just go straight into that. So
But Tam, where can we find you?
we can find me at Monster Hunter. I'm typing at the same time, so I was like,
Monster Hunter
You can find
Forest
me
of
at-
the what?
you can find me
I am
at
used to
Twitch
Monster Hunter.
twitch.tv/Monster Hunter. Yeah, that's me. No, twitch.tv
No,
slash
that's
Tam
mine.
Jamming. Yeah. Twitch.tv/Tam Jamming is where you can find me. But let's get into our Monster Hunter Stories 2 impressions. I think so. Karada, you haven't been playing the game proper, but you did touch the demo, so you do have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can start it off with anything because I did like the demo. I love the music. I did not expect to love as much. That first I guess the Monster Hunter theme of the game. I was like, wow. I listened to it and I was genuinely super impressed. I love the vibe that it gave. It wasn't like such a like the challenging suspense drama thing you get for like GU or Rise.
Yeah.
But it's more like lighthearted and fun, which I really like.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the thing I remember was the in GU we had the little theater section as well, and they also had the stories like I guess the opening for stories in like the game I guess cinematic in
Oh.
there, and I spent like a whole 30 minutes watching all of them, but when I got to the stories one,
Mhm.
I was absolutely blown away by the first stories. The second one so far has been really cool. I like the characters and stuff, and I actually bought the collector's edition, so I have like for audio listeners, I'm holding up the pin right now. It's like You know the kinship sign, that little eagle looking thing. It's like this gold little pin. I can't really,
Put your hand
Yeah.
in front of it like this,
Oh yeah,
like behind
like
it.
this.
Yeah. There you go.
Like this, like a Go-Go Power Ranger thing going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it comes with a little like golden pin with that like bird symbol, which is really neat. I did get the Razewing Rathalos amiibo, and that
That
looks pretty
amiibo,
good.
that looks
I
nice.
actually
That
really
looks
like this
really
one a lot.
nice.
Let me
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one is actually really neat with like all the different like characteristics and seeing like how the
Mhm.
wings actually are very different than how I thought they would be. I really like it. And then what the crap did they call her? The Wyverian Zelda? Was it Eno or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
She's also here. I have here as well for like the for the amiibos and stuff,
Oh,
which is
she's
really
holding an
cool.
egg. That's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's some
Mhm.
the DLC that comes with the like the deluxe kit for
Mhm.
the stories too. So that was really neat. For the layered and stuff armor, I'm really excited for just to see what they look like, and I guess there's stickers too. Um, oh, I'm an idiot. There are stickers that I got with this collector's edition. But I think I'm not gonna look at them right now because I don't want to like spoil what's in the game for me,
Mhm.
like what monsters are gonna be around.
That's fair. Yeah.
Um, I like the demo though. It was a lot of fun. I think that I was coming in here expecting like the usual Monster Hunter vibe of like run in and hit things, and then I ran in, and before I got to hit anything, it was just Pokemon moves that were like really
Wait.
cool. But it was like a weapon triangle, which I liked. But it was just kind of like
So did
I,
you
I-
did you actually think that Monster Hunter Stories was like just run up and like kind of like more of an
like
action
an
game?
open world thing, and then you fight. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I had like one idea in mind, but I forgot. Like I used to look into stories and like check out
Yeah.
like the tower system in the first one, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a weapon triangle.
Yeah,
But this game you can customize the moves and the typing, and I was like,
It's
oh,
the Monster Hunter
Yeah.
version of the creature collector, like Pokemon, Digimon, Yokai Watch,
mm-mm.
SMT,
So
that sort of thing.
I understand the gimmick for it and like the appeal.
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I could get into this. Like I haven't been super into Pokemon. Like I played the Shield for a while on stream and stuff, but I didn't finish all the gyms. And then when then some like Ice Tundra event came out, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, like running these raids like in some cave or some crap, just back and forth with like a group of 3 or 4 people or some crap. That was a lot of fun. Um but like, when I first tried this game, I expected one thing. So it was definitely different than I thought it would be, but I'm actually very excited to see what the story has to offer.
Hmm.
And then later on, I'm probably gonna double dip for the
PC
for the
version.
nice
Yeah.
PC.
I've been
Look,
playing the PC version. I think Forrest has been
Mhm.
playing the Switch version though. How far are
Yep.
you, Forrest?
Apparently I just got to the end of the demo,
Okay.
so I never actually played the demo.
Can you bring over the demo stuff to the
Yep.
main
Yep.
game, or
Yeah,
is it
that's
okay?
one of the cool things about that demo, and I've been noticing it a lot on the Switch. Is that like with the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity demo, they let you carry over your progress as well. So it's like it's
Yeah.
cool. It's like an early access sort of thing,
Yeah. So yeah, no, I've been enjoying it a lot on the Switch. I mainly
Shouldn't
got it
do
on the
that
S-
too.
I mainly got it on the Switch because I like to have all my Monster Hunters in one place. Obviously, World is a little bit different, but I don't
And
know.
you
I
get
kind of just
you get all the crossover stuff with Rise too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I kind of just like to be able to close Monster Hunter stories and then swap over to Rise and then like back and forth. Just for me personally. It's
Hmm.
not that I'm like really a portable player. My Switch is actually not left its stock in like over a year now. But yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, I like
You
that's actually kind of the norm I hear a lot with Switches is that like people just keep them in those docks and they just stay there for like until the end of time.
do you
yeah,
You know?
like
I
the digital, by the way, for the digital or the physical copy for
I
like say
got the
for stories
digital.
and okay, okay.
Mm.
I was just
Yeah,
wondering if you guys like that any better.
I like getting the physical copy sometimes, but it really depends on the game and just I don't know. On top of that, it's sometimes like it's just easier to get the digital
Yeah, for Monster Hunter,
instead of
it's just
just
like one of those games that I wanted, like, the
yeah.
physical stuff for it. That's why I always get the collectors for Monster Hunter. Mine is Iceborne. I don't want to buy World and Iceborne again just for a statue, although the statues are nice. But I just didn't want to do it to myself again.
Yeah.
Of course,
But
like
I
So
was
Japan got the like the bomb ass Palamute Rise
Yeah,
plushie. And
I'm
then,
so jealous. I
Yeah.
still want one.
I know.
It's so cute.
I know. I want one too. But yeah.
so how's the performance been for you on the Switch?
Frames. Oh boy.
Is it actually that
Um,
bad?
There's some parts that are a little bit like, okay, it's chugging along. It's making me feel a little bit sick.
Hmm. So it's like, is
I
it
actually,
so is it mostly like the frame pacing being inconsistent, or is it like
yeah,
okay?
it
Yeesh.
like when so I play in obviously I play in TV mode.
Mm-hmm.
I actually when I rated someone the other day, she actually told me that she originally started on Switch, but immediately had to switch to a PC because the game was making her actually feel nauseous and like
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't play it.
Really?
Yeah, like she literally could not play it.
That's the reason I stopped playing Age of Calamity on Switch.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't have
Is
that.
Calamity on Steam?
on Switch.
Is it on Steam? Is
No,
that
no,
where
no,
you're
no,
gonna-
no.
No,
So,
no,
which
no.
means
Sorry,
I,
the whole PC,
yeah.
thing.
which means I just stopped playing the game altogether.
Yeah,
mean,
sorry, I just
I-
wanted to make sure.
I played the game all the way through. I didn't really have problems with
Mhm.
there was only like maybe one or two parts where it was like if there's like a huge boss and I'm doing like a really big move and there's like other different characters there as well doing their own stuff, like that's the
Mhm.
only time I really found the frames to be kind of bad. But like I don't know. I mean, the frames aren't really at a point where it's like I don't want to play the game. It's just something that I notice, but like it doesn't turn me off from the game.
Right. It doesn't affect like the core game mechanics or anything.
At least for me.
Mhm.
I totally get it though for other people that are going to
Yeah.
be bugged by that because it's like we're so spoiled by well, I wouldn't say spoiled, but it's like we're so used to like games running at a decent frame rate now, especially on PC.
Well,
It's
So
not a bad thing.
I
No.
hold games to like a baseline standard when it comes to optimization on hardware,
Yeah.
and I want to play the best version of a
no,
game
yeah,
whenever
and I'm
possible.
not saying
Yeah.
that like I shouldn't have said spoiled because it's like again, like
Yeah,
it's a good
it's
thing.
not the word, but yeah.
It's not the word, but it's like we're very used to like games running at a decent frame rate.
Got a little too comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like obviously going back into stories too and like seeing like some scenes that or like, leaving the village and suddenly it's like tanking a little bit. It's like it can definitely make some people like cringe a little bit and kind of like, ugh.
Literal cringe. That's like literal
Yeah.
cringe right there. Yeah. Not like oh, this is so anime cringy, but not yeah.
Yeah, like for
like,
me
oh.
personally, I'm able to look over it.
Tan?
Like for me, I'm able to look past it and like still enjoy the game.
Mhm.
But I can totally see why like people would immediately go for the PC version.
Yeah, which is it's good because like I got the PC version. That's what I'm playing on. So it's good to have like these different perspectives from a
Yeah.
Switch player and a PC player. So like for me, I got it on PC mainly for the so like when I decided to make the purchase on PC, I didn't know about the frame rate issue. I was doing it mostly for load times on like an SSD because
Yeah, that's
um,
fair.
yeah, like I can't imagine going from the village out to like the large open world of stories too. I don't know how long would you say it was loading for you?
Really doesn't take long.
Okay.
Like it's actually really short.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I see that you've kind of learned from a world.
Yeah,
Remember how I
yeah.
could
It's like
Call
God.
my mom in the 5
Yeah.
minutes.
go
that
make
the
a
game is
sandwich
not
trying to
loading.
get into the guiding lands. Just you're like,
Literally
yeah.
where it's like I gotta like podcast if I'm streaming that game
Mhm.
because it's like there's nothing happening, so you just cycle through all the tips
Yeah.
like 10 times.
Yeah, no, but I've been playing on PC and I've been playing on 144 hertz monitor, 144 frames per second, 1080p, and it looks great. It looks great. And I am like that type of person to be like if a game runs poorly. Like I said before with Age of Calamity, like I'm sorry, I don't like the game runs objectively bad on the Switch, and Koei Tecmo has always been bad with like Switch optimization in general. And different people have different tolerances for that sort of thing. I feel like when I was like in high school or something, I would just play whatever I could get. so it never really like occurred to me that I was playing these games that were just like chugging, but like I more so saw it as like a funny thing. It's like, oh my god, the game's like it's like game's like dying. Oh my god, that's like really cool. And then it's like, but now I don't know. I kind of hold myself to like a baseline standard for optimization in games. So like I just want to play the best version available, and the best version for this one is the PC version in my eyes, and it looks great. It looks great. As far as like gameplay goes, I've played a lot of Pokemon in my life. I haven't played Sword and Shield, but
Any favorites though?
my favorite bar none is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The remakes of the second generation games, it's oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you getting the double pack, by the way, for that?
No, I got
Diamond
Soul
Pearl?
Silver and my brother got Heart Gold. That's how we usually did it, because I grew up with a brother that played Pokemon with me. So it's like I would get Silver, he would get Gold. I would get Sapphire, he would get Ruby. He always got the first one.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute though.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't really play Pokemon much anymore, because
Together,
I've fallen out of love with Pokemon really hard. Like the last one I played seriously, I think was Black and White, or I should say like White. To be more accurate, but I think it's like the lack of innovation in Pokemon, and every time they make like a new interesting thing, like they add a new interesting mechanic, like Pokemon contests, take out the next game, day night cycles, or like seasonal cycles, take it out of the next game, sky battles, take it out of the next game, rotation battles, take it out of the next game, even things like even things like Mega Evolution, which I think isn't even in Sword and Shield,
Dynamaxing.
Right?
We're Dynamaxing.
No, it's just like instead of making a cool, new, interesting model, we just make the Pokemon big.
Oh, you know what, man? We don't have Hunter Arts. We have freaking Water. It's the same idea, dude. Just reinventing them. At least
it's mostly due to Pokemon's development cycle. I've talked about this before on my stream. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but like because Pokemon's such like a large, Pokemon's more than just video games. It's like this big, large media enterprise of like shows, trading card game, mobile games, video console games, like all these types of stuff, the anime and movies. Everything is released on like a strict schedule, and there's no compromising or deviating from it. So that's why Game Freak is like worked. Like probably like in some pretty like I don't admire the position that Game Freak's in. Because the Pokemon Company has them like, hey, you got to release these games in November, no delays allowed, which is probably why you see all those cut corners in Sword and Shield. At least that's what I'm thinking.
For Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, right? Like I heard that there were a few things in that game that people were like,
maybe. I think people generally like those ones though, right?
In Shield, I felt like they were reusing a lot of the animations or something. Apparently,
yeah.
Like there weren't a lot of unique animations, and everything was kind of meh.
Yeah,
all
and
around.
I think, like with the pre-release of that, they were saying the reason why they didn't have every Pokemon was because they had to remake the models, but then that was found out to be not true. Like they made like originally the 3D models were made for X and Y. Is that it? I think that's when they first started using 3D models in the mainline games was X and Y. But those battles, like if you look at the battles in X and Y and Sun and Moon, they ran like shit because those models had so many polygons to them because they wanted to future-proof them. They wanted to be like, all right, we're only going to be adding more and more Pokemon. We're like closing in on 1,000 Pokemon now. That's a lot of 3D assets. If Pokemon wants to continue using 3D models, they have to make like all those assets. So that's why they made sure to future-proof them and make them like, like overmake them almost on the 3DS so that they could be like, all right, so that we don't have to touch these models. We can just keep using them until the end of time.
Yeah. I mean, I played Ultra Sun all the way through, and I don't know, like the battles were they were pretty nice.
Well, like that's not even like my main concern right now. The talking point was that they said they had to remake the models in Sword and Shield, which isn't true. Like that's the reason you made those high polygon models was that so you could eventually make it console and have like really nice models. But then they were like, hey, we can't have all the Pokemon now because we have to do so much work in the remaking of the models. And it's like, well, no, you didn't. You just like used the same models, which you should have, by the way. Like that's no problem. Use the same models, yes. So that's not as much of a workload for you, you know?
They're trying to go above and beyond for no reason.
Well, it's like I don't even know if they remade them. I think that was just like an excuse they were making up for why all the Pokemon weren't there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
But I mean, it's refreshing to play Stories 2 and see like all these really cool, well animated monsters. Or I'm sorry, Monsties. I hate that so much.
It's a cute name.
It's so fucking stupid. Name. I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate it so much. Monsties. This is my Monstie. Like, oh my god. They should have called them something else other than Monsties.
It's Monstie Hunter.
It's like when you're a kid, you call it a doggy. When you're an adult, you call it a dog, but you'd still call it a doggy.
Okay, but when I've got like my huge like Brachydiosa, I'm gonna
it will still be a doggy, bro. It's still the same. Your cat, your dog will always be the tiny little cat or dog that you got.
Maybe it's because I haven't really like had pets growing up. I don't know. But
you
like
had Pokemon, you know this.
Yeah, but I don't call them like Pokemon or Pokemon. That's what they're called. They don't call them animals.
That'd be stupid. You wouldn't call them Pokemon's.
We already established that they're called monsters and Monster Hunter. You know, like I don't know. Or they should have called them like if they wanted to have a differentiating name between like monsters that you ride and monsters that are out in the wild that you kill. They should call them like I don't know, like kinship monsters or something. Or like Monkin. I would have like preferred something dumb like that. Munchkin. But like I don't know, Monsties is just like it's a bit too corny for me.
It's my munch move.
Like all those kinship attacks that make no sense. I'm fine with those. I love those. Yeah. But like I draw the line at Monstie.
Real quick though, did you know that one move in the demo? We did like some cross move.
Oh yeah, with the Velocidromes,
and there was just explosions and
no,
fire.
like a Velocidrome.
Yeah,
a Velocidrome dropping a literal nuke on this Banaber. I'm totally okay with.
I was like,
I'm okay with that.
It was crazy. It went flying. I don't know this game anymore.
I unironically, legitimately draw the line at Monstie though. That's where I'm just like, okay, that's okay.
Honestly, watching some of the kinship moves, it was just like I was like, this is so anime.
Yeah, I love it.
For no reason. It was so.
I love those kinship moves.
I love the Kulu kinship move. It's so cool.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
Okay, then I won't.
I'm really salty that like I ended up watching and this was years ago. I ended up watching a compilation of all the Stories 1 kinship moves because apparently a lot of those are carried over into Stories 2. I don't remember a lot of them, but I remember the Brachydiosa one, and I wish I hadn't watched it because I would have loved to have seen it in Stories 2.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see all of these new kinship moves and just like the new monsters in general. I gotta stop opening up streams and like
well, I mean,
seeing these monsters in the game because it's like, god damn it!
Capcom's not really helping either by just having like these trailers where it's just like, oh, here's
a
bunch of new Elder Dragons you can ride. I'm like, oh my fucking stop!
Christ!
Roadmap is pretty nuts too.
Oh yeah,
the roadmap says so much.
I mean, have you guys have seen the roadmap?
20 times better than I didn't expect to, but I scrolled across and I went.
So it's like, here's the thing. It's
my
like
heart sank. I was like, "Why? This isn't fair."
That's another thing, and I'd like to get you guys' thoughts on this. As that's the other thing is that when they dropped the roadmap for Stories 2, people's immediate reaction was like looking at Rises and being like, "Why can't you be like this, huh?" And I'm like, "Well, these aren't even comparable. These are totally different games."
Yeah.
These are totally different. They play completely differently. The gameplay loop is completely different. These are totally different games. The AI doesn't work nearly as complex as like Stories 2. And the thing about the Stories 2 roadmap is like those aren't even new. Those are just deviants. They're reskins of the monsters with the same kinship moves. It's like, what are people doing trying to compare them? Being like Stories 2 roadmap is so much better than Rises. I'm like,
hear me out. We don't have that. We
yeah,
don't even have
like
different skins.
don't take
That's
don't
the complaint.
and I don't want people to take this as like me defending Rise's roadmap because I still think it's like kind of weak. But like they're not comparable. Like they're totally completely different games. It's like what are you doing? Like there are plenty of reasons. There are plenty of ways you can bash on Rise's roadmap without bringing Stories 2 roadmap into it, you know? It's like it's
I only bring it up because like seeing the drastic difference though, it kind of hurt knowing that this game will have significantly more content. Even if it's like say those reskins and stuff. We have like, collabs and stuff on the way, sure.
Yeah.
But we had to wait like entire months before we get one event quest versus all the different stuff that is like in store that look like it'll be more fun for stories. It just sucks because I wish that they said, oh hey, this month new monster, this month old monster, this month, like more layered crap. Not just like, oh hey, this month without even announcing this, we're just gonna give you more titles and then just hope that you're okay with that.
Oh yeah.
It's been kind of like it's been weak on like delivery because big release for the game and we're just like, oh my god, we're all gonna play it. And then we get like half a game. We wait 2 months for the one last quest to finish the game, which I happily would have waited 2 more months if that quest meant to be there. And then whatever I could wait for event quest. It just felt different when you want more stuff from it versus when we saw the stories one. We were like, you already have hopefully a full fleshed out story. And on top of that, I feel like there's just more that they're going to do. But I know it's a different game. I have to wait to play the whole thing before I really get a good opinion on it. This one's just kind of
right. I kind of feel like, and Forrest, I want to get your thoughts on this. I kind of feel like because I just thought of this now. I kind of feel like I hope that the release of Stories 2 isn't creating some sort of resentment against it with the player base because like people might get the idea of like
hating Rise or something. Or?
No, like hating Stories 2 because it's like, well, did Rise get neglected because so much of Capcom's budget was pushed towards Stories 2?
As I see it is like Rise is like the older brother and Stories is like the little brother that like Capcom is like the parents and putting all of their focus into Stories right now. And like Rise is kind of like
there's a favorite.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's more like
I think it's just more of like currently they want to focus on Stories because it's the newest release, but it's not like they're forgetting about Rise. There's still going to be content to come out for it, I'm sure. Maybe not currently, maybe not in the near future, but
yeah, because the current marketing push is Stories 2 because that's like the new kid on the block right now. It's the new release.
Exactly, that's the shiny new object that people get to play with.
And it's also really indicative in the way they were doing those digital events, like those Monster Hunter Directs or whatever. Like I think all of them were like split between Stories 2 and Rise, right? Like they didn't have one that was totally dedicated to Rise, did they?
No.
I don't remember. I thought there was just like in the beginning there was only talk of Rise and then they started incorporating Stories afterwards. So like there might have been 1 or 2 that was just Rise and then they started announcing more stories.
Well, Rise and Stories 2 were revealed on the same day. Literally like back to back they were revealed.
Were they?
But were the future directs and stuff like I thought they were more geared towards Stories. I mean Rise than Stories at the start.
I think they definitely had more.
And then they started really pumping out more with Stories.
Yeah,
but it was just the same trailer released like 3 times. Was that not?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure they were like pretty like maybe not exactly down the middle. It was like it started probably like 25% Stories 2 and then 75% Rise in those directs, but then like it started shifting.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's what I remember. I thought it was mostly Rise at the start and then more Stories, but I don't remember if they were giving it like a 50-50 at some point.
I think it's really encouraging.
Not being super impressed with it, unless the most recent one where they were like, "Oh hey, pants and shades," and that was it. It's like, thanks.
You know what's funny though is that I think so. I was saying how I was afraid people were gonna resent Stories 2, but actually, I think it's kind of the other way around right now, isn't it?
They would be more mad about Rise than Stories.
Yeah, I think they're being more mad about Rise than Stories 2, and I'm like, well, this is certainly a surprise. Right?
I feel like once more content starts coming out for Stories 2, people are definitely gonna start to feel a little bit like, all right, where's my Rise update? You know?
Right, yeah.
But currently, I think people are just trying to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird thinking about it though that there's two Monster Hunter games going back to back, like competing with itself? Because normally we have 3, then 3U, 4, then 4U, Gen,
Yeah.
then GU, World, then Iceborne. We've always had it. Okay, this is the Monster Hunter game.
Well,
It
and
wasn't
it-
necessarily
It's
GU
definitely
versus
weird.
World or anything.
And it's a result of Monster Hunter as a brand becoming bigger. This is the biggest
Yeah.
Monster Hunter's ever been, ever since World came out. Because before
Oh, yeah.
World,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Monster Hunter, like not many people knew. World became Capcom's best-selling game of all time, outselling every version of Street Fighter 2, which is like fucking what the fuck. But
Yeah.
Monster Hunter as a brand is a lot stronger than it was before, so it makes sense that Capcom wants to push these other side projects to the forefront as well. So like
Yeah,
Stories was like a
yeah.
fun side venture, but it never really, like it was only on the 3DS. It didn't get much fanfare. It didn't sell that well. But then like with Stories 2, they're like, all right, we're on the map with Monster Hunter now. So let's
But I mean, I think what we also need to remember is Monster Hunter Rise is a part of the main game series.
Yeah.
Stories is meant to be seen as kind of like a spin-off in a way, or like kind of like a side game or whatever.
Mhm.
But kind of what's confusing is they're certainly treating Stories as a main series game. It's got
Yeah.
a roadmap and everything, and like future updates.
I think this is
So-
I think
It
this
feels
is a
like they're just
direction.
giving them both effort, which is what makes it kind of hard on getting
gonna
both of them up
strain-
to snuff.
Well,
Because there's
and-
always going to be people
Yeah.
that complain,
Yeah,
though.
and this is
It's
going to be
gonna strain
scary for
Capcom.
this is going to be scary to hear for a lot of Monster Hunter fans, I think. But like, I think what Capcom is trying to do with Monster Hunter moving forward is Monster Hunter isn't just about the monster hunting games anymore. It's about the brand itself, Monster Hunter. So what can we
Yeah.
do? Monster Hunter, the core series will always exist, certainly. They're never going to ditch the core series of Monster Hunter, but expect to see more Stories games, maybe more mobile games, maybe other
I
spin-off
could see
games
this
like
a mobile game, though. Like, Stories going on mobile,
Well-
like Stories 2. That'd be kind of cool.
well, yeah,
I wouldn't mind
Monster
having,
Hunter
like, my own little easy version of it. That'd be kind of nice.
Monster Hunter has had a handful of
Yeah.
mobile games as
Yeah.
well. But like
I think it's
other
right?
types of spin-off games, like who knows? Like I was saying this on my stream, is that I think a Monster Hunter rhythm game would be really cool. Because it's like the thing is like you have a
punching the crap out of a rat.
you have a music based weapon already in Hunting Horn.
Yeah.
The series as a whole has like a whole list of like all kinds of bangers. It's like I don't know. It'd be nice if it was like if it got like a theater rhythm treatment from Final Fantasy,
True.
because like Final Fantasy theater rhythm is like phenomenal.
You know what we need, though? We need Monster Hunter VR, bro. That's what we
No.
need. We
Would you
need-
play?
we
Would
need
you be
the-
a hunter or
Dude,
would you
we
be a
need
monster?
the spin to win, bro.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
That's
I
a good
was-
question.
No. When
That
I
would
was
be
playing,
nuts.
on my channel, how you can pay to make me zoom in on my game. That's
Yeah, no,
basically
no.
first person, and it feels horrifying.
Well, it's gonna be
Yeah,
it's gonna
I
be
know.
like a Rathalos with a bunch of canned animation just standing in place, and then what you got to do is like dodge left or right and then hit it when it's open. It's like it's not gonna be a genuine Monster Hunter experience in VR.
It would
No,
be
but
fun,
kind
though.
of
It would be fun having something different like that. Even if it's not like, they don't even have to put like the most effort into that type of game. I think it would just be kind of fun just to be like, haha, yeah, that'll be kind of neat, right, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be something
Well-
that they do. Like I don't know.
Kind of what I would like with the rhythm part of it. Like, so in Splatoon, you basically you have your full game,
Mhm.
but there's actually this little section in the main plaza where you can run off and do like this little rhythm part with like the music. It's a lot of fun to do, actually. You don't really get any rewards for it, but what if like Capcom did something similar to that, where it's like you have your main game, but then you can also do like rhythm.
Within the
side?
main game, you mean?
Yeah, because like
Like,
even
okay.
in I think it's Splatoon 1. I never played it, but like I think in the loading menu, kind of like when you're in the queue to play a game,
Mm-hmm.
you were able to do a rhythm game there. I don't know why they took it out of Splatoon 2, but like yeah, no, it made the loading times like a lot, more fun, more enjoyable.
Right.
So, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if like Capcom kind of did something like that where it's like, you
Yeah.
could like branch off and do that for a little bit. Maybe get like a trophy here and there or whatever,
You know what would happen though? So this is the scenario that would happen is next year, let's say like next year sometime in the spring, they announce Monster Hunter Beats, and it's like a rhythm game for Monster Hunter. You know what's gonna happen? People are gonna be like, "Where's Rise Ultimate? Where's Monster Hunter 6? Where's yeah?" That's gonna
People are
happen
all-
every time.
People are
That would
already
be
like
something.
that.
Yeah,
You know, where
Um,
they're like, "Where's Rise Ultimate?" It's like,
yeah.
wait.
I mean, you can
Have
see
some
it in
patience.
reactions that people had to the stories too. Roadmap was
Oh,
like, "Why
yeah.
aren't these monsters in Rise? Why are?" It's like, oh, yeah,
I mean,
no,
even
this is
the
gonna
like
happen every time.
ratio, even the like ratio for like the events coming out, like that event video.
Oh yeah, I think it was a lot worse with the Japanese video.
Yeah, it was like
But what
50%.
event video?
So like at E3 when Capcom released that Rise trailer, that was like just, hey, here's our event quests that we're pumping out for like the next 2 months or so. If you look at the Japanese video for that, the like to dislike ratio is like 50-50. People aren't happy about that, but I think this is a trend of like, I think Stories 2 and Rise were probably in development. They were definitely in development at the same time. I don't know if they started development at the same time. Stories 2 probably started development after Rise, which is probably why you won't see any Rise monsters in Stories 2. If there are Rise monsters in Stories 2, then I'll eat my own words, but I'm guaranteeing you right now, you're probably not going to see any. Like, the Palamute is a post-release thing,
Yeah.
and that's not like a monster that they had to, like, it's just like a
Ooh.
Palamute,
Actually, though, I was just thinking, like, so since we have like a few events coming out for Rise, so since we last talked on the podcast, 2 have come out. We had the Chameleus one, which is the Play
A
Dead
possum,
gesture.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Still need to do that. And then they have the Rampage quest, which is the Almudron one, I believe. So yeah, that just came out the other day.
Oh, what
Um,
anything from that one or?
I don't remember. I haven't really looked into it. I'm sure someone will be able to correct me. And I was just looking at the roadmap, and at the end of July, actually, it's supposed to be the second Capcom collab.
Oh, I think it's probably going to be
So
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. For
You
sure.
think so?
we shall
For sure.
see.
For
I think
sure.
it's gonna be stories.
Calling it right now.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
say
no.
stories.
The
We already had a
Tsukino.
stories.
The Tsukino
No,
one
no.
was the stories, right?
I think it's gonna be stories.
No, it's like 100%. I will eat my own words if it doesn't happen. But like Ace Attorney at the end of this month, because that's when it's
Yeah.
coming out.
And
The
it-
Great Ace Attorney is coming out at the end of July.
Mhm.
It's like it only makes
So
sense.
yeah, so basically what they put for end of July is version 3.2, Capcom Collab 2, downloadable content, and event quest.
Hmm.
So even more.
How have you been feeling about the event quests?
They're okay. They're just, kind of the same.
Right.
What I desperately need for event quests is either like I just really like what they did with the previous games, like with World, where it had like the higher chance for crowns. That's
Right.
what I desperately need right now. Because
Mhm.
crown farming in Rise right now is such a ugh, I
You
can't
know
do
what
it
I
anymore.
you know what I just thought of? I think I know why Rise is like starting to feel like such a drag right now. World
Mhm.
had seasonal events.
Yeah.
Had fun little seasonal
yeah.
events.
That's
Got
true.
new layers. Got you didn't get like World didn't get a drip feed of events. It got like once a seasonal event came out, whoo, all these like new events
Things
to
came
do.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like we bring back all these things and stuff, and then like the whole hub gets like seasonal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious to most
That'd be
people
hard
that
to do in
In Rise,
yeah,
In Rise,
yeah, I think it's obvious to most people that Rise doesn't have nearly as much of a budget as World did. Which is probably the reason why we don't get those seasonal events. But like, I think that's what's like keeping me less captivated on Rise as opposed
Yeah.
to World in terms of events. Is that World had like the fun seasonal events where you got to dress up in seasonal outfits. It was a
it's
reason
just-
for everyone to come back to the game, you know?
On top of that, like there's just not much point to do the events. Like 90% of the events that we've gone so far is stickers,
Yeah.
titles, and just
ants.
crap. Look, I'm
One
sorry.
ant.
But Get
If
one
you sum
pant
quest
leg.
out, you get one half of the pants.
One pen.
No, you get the short leg.
You just get the
The,
belt.
the jorts, the jorts, bro.
But yeah, no, I'm getting
Oh.
really sick. Like, a chat member said that the Almudron event, the Rampage gives stickers, and it's just like I
Fuck
don't
off.
feel like
Okay,
doing it.
yeah, like you want
I
you
don't
want a
feel like
reason for
doing
me
it.
to do rampages. Stickers is not it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Like,
I felt like so much anger in Tam's voice for a
I
moment.
I
I'm
like
so sorry, bro. You don't.
so it's like
Rampage.
okay, so like when the game first came out, I was like I already didn't like rampages. They were such a slog to get through. But like I feel like my fervor and hate towards rampages has only grown stronger.
Yeah, they don't
Now?
give you anything like.
They don't like there's
yeah.
other than like when the game forces me to do them or when I need to like upgrade rampage weapons, there's not enough of an incentive for me. Like I will legitimately, if there's like another option I can use other than a rampage weapon that can like not even do as much damage but like is comparable, like fuck rampages. I'm gonna go for like the Nargacuga weapon or something, you know? I don't care. Is it a Nargacuga weapon? Okay, but like I mean I don't have to do a rampage to get it. You know?
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of like I forget that rampages even exist in the game, to be honest.
Mm.
'Cause it's like I rarely ever do them. Remember on the first podcast when I said like, oh, I'm working on making and like upgrading all the rampage weapons?
I'm sorry.
You said that exact same thing. I'm not doing it anymore.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
I figured you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you even want to when there's no need for that?
Yeah.
It's just more of like, what if they become OP in the next games?
Now
Don't-
here's a scenario where I'd be perfectly fine with rampages. I'm perfectly fine with rampages. Have a
I'm
like a
not.
gigantic monster quest be tied to a rampage. So like Lao Shanlong,
True.
Jen Moran. I feel like fights structured like that would work perfectly for rampages.
Can you imagine if it's an ambush and then a Lao Shan just fell from the sky?
Fuck, I'd love that. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden says 20 minutes remaining.
Oh yeah, fucking hustle. Yeah, I know. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would unironically love that. I
That'd
like
be so cool.
it was a cute idea. It's a cute idea. I think the implementation was a bit flawed.
Yeah.
But like I mean, Rampage did bring some good stuff. What it brought was that you don't need to load cannons. You don't need to load ballistas. It's just get on the cannon, just start shooting. You just go
Yeah.
on the ballista, just start blasting. You know, it works really elegantly. So like like what Rampages did for siege weaponry, I want that to move forward. You know, I think we're done with the days of going over to a cannon pile, gathering a cannonball, running all the way to the cannon like an idiot, and then like
Wait, sorry. Can you show me that running animation again one more time, Tam?
Is this gonna be another GIF?
Maybe, yeah. When you're doing when you're doing Lao Shan Long and trying to load a cannon,
Yeah.
you know. But like, yeah, I think Rise did good in like being just like, okay, you know what, just get in the cannon, just start shooting it, just start
Yeah.
shooting stuff. Like,
It was nice just to remove the one more boring part of it, but at the same time, it did add more fun to it because you could like kick somebody and
I
then
don't
they
know.
would drop the
That's like-
ball. And
that's like a single moment of fun versus just eliminating so much frustration. Because like, you know what?
yeah.
I don't think anyone complained. I don't
No
think
one-
anyone complained about not
No.
needing to load cannons or load ballistas.
Imagine if they're doing that Zora Magdaros again. Like,
Oh.
so
Like, yeah. No, here's the thing. Think of every other siege fight in the series. Jen Moran, Zora Magdaros, Lao Shanlong, any of those fights. Now imagine if they had Rise's system for ballistas and cannons. How much fun would those
it
fights
would be so much faster and more
so
fun,
much
yeah.
faster and more fun. Yeah. Exactly.
It
Like Jen
would be.
Moran instead like just like sitting there on the cannon, just like blasting it as it's like, you know, going across the sand is like so much more fun than walking over to a cannon, boop, 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 boop. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then finally firing it. It just
Yeah.
like even in World they had like a few NPCs that would slowly but surely fill up cannons over time, but it's like they would be so useless.
Yeah, and
And then
sometimes
it's
your
like if
cat would
you-
help you
They're
too.
just like casually carrying the thing, giving it
Yeah.
a kiss, and then lightly putting it to the can.
Yeah, and then it's even more annoying. It's like they load it in right as you're grabbing your own cannon, and you can't cancel the animation. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, what do I do with this cannonball now? Because
Just,
like,
like, let
cannon's
it down,
full.
yeah.
You can't fire it when you're already like
Mhm.
holding a cannonball for whatever reason.
Just like
So
Monster Hunter is just slowly but surely trimming the fat and
yeah,
of off, like, World like was like fucking just took out a bunch of stuff that people were
Yeah,
frustrated
yeah.
with, and that's like the big reason why World's
and
like,
then brought in
really
its own
accessible.
frustrations.
Yeah, well, I mean, then Rise like took those out, and then also started trimming a bit more off. And I'd say
Yeah.
like what Rise did for siege weapons needs to continue in the series.
Yeah.
But
Rise for siege weapons? What do you mean?
what Rise did for siege weapons in that
Like the customizable, like the honing, essentially, like the.
no, like
Well, no, just
ballistas
more of, like-
and cannons and stuff.
Yeah, just
Oh,
not
okay.
needing
It's
to
like
get
in the.
ammo.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about like. Oh no, that's rampage weapon. Sorry, wrong term.
Okay, I mean, it's like the rampages are the sieges, like,
Yeah,
being honest. But I think that's something that's like worth carrying over from Rise. Also, wire bugs as well. People were like, how are they gonna bring wire bugs into like Monster Hunter 6? Like, I mean, are they just gonna have wire bugs be a thing permanently, or are they gonna try to?
You don't have to.
Re-
but
are
it's
they
a fun
trying-
mechanic.
Are they gonna try to reskin wire bugs as something else? I don't know. It's like I want wire bugs to come back. I love
It's
them.
The mechanical claw, not the
Yeah,
clutch
or something like that. But that's
Yeah.
like, well, the reason they work so well is that you don't have to really Spider-Man by like just like latching onto like surfaces or something. You can just like throw it out and then just swing anywhere, you know?
And that's the fun of it. Like they just make it more like let's
I have
just go nuts with
I
it.
have a hard time picturing Monster Hunter after Rise without wire bugs, because
I
like
mean,
the wire bug skills are a lot of fun to play around with. Like, despite what people think about like Hammer just being a one-trick pony now with the impact crater, like I think
But that counter is sick, bro.
the water counter,
Just
yeah,
boom.
it's a lot of fun. It's
so
Honestly,
cool, dude.
I would not mind having like an older Monster Hunter game, just like upped graphics, up controls, but like no wire bug, no skills, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like basically like a 4U kind of thing, but like
I don't
just
know.
upped controls
Or
and everything. I
you
don't know.
with Hunter Arts. That's it.
So like,
No.
yeah, if you're not gonna bring the wire bugs, can at least like bring Hunter Arts on a cooldown back, like wire bug skills were.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I still want
Just
the wire
like-
bugs, but like,
Yeah,
God,
just like, upped. I don't know, upped everything in a way. Because it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Capcom is kind of like at a point now where it's like we have to keep upping ourselves.
Mhm.
So it's like the previous like GU was Hunter Arts, World was Clutch Claw. Now Rise is Wire Bugs. So it's like, how do they one up that?
bring back swimming.
Eh,
I'm like legitimately no. Shut up.
No.
Okay, no. You're doing that. You're doing that thing. You're doing that thing I hate whenever I mention swimming in Monster Hunter, and people were like, "Tam, why would you like swimming to come back?" It's like they can improve it. Here's the thing: is that swimming in Monster Hunter adds a lot of depth to a lot of the monster roster. That's the thing, and if you combine it with like, because like there are ways to make swimming better in Monster Hunter,
They make it better, baby, but no. Whatever I remember from 3U, no, I'm not doing Great Sword with no freaking fast charge underwater where I swing really slow and then I freaking miss because it swims past
Wait,
me.
what are you talking about? No fast charge?
When I first started the game, Tam, and I didn't know how skills or armor work, because I didn't even know I could make armor or weapons.
Oh, okay.
I ran all the way how freaking far into the game going, please.
Well, that's not even
all the
that's
time.
not an underwater thing though. That's just a Karada's brain thing.
No, that's me learning underwater, dude. On land, fine.
But on
Perfectly
land, it's
fine.
the same thing. On land, it's the same
I can
charge
hit my
time.
crap in the, but I don't have to wear omnidirectional crap.
Karada,
Right? I'd be charging downward and the monster goes
Karada.
out. It doesn't make sense, bro. All right.
Karada, let's also not forget how far you got into Rise before you realized that you can make armor.
That's another
What?
different story. It wasn't omnidirectional.
That was just you
I mean, it
forgetting
is.
the
You have
game.
wire bug.
You have to separate the dumb moments I have versus me just not being dumb. I'm not only dumb. There's
Well,
things that I have genuine points on. I was in the water and I would look one way, but my swords go in the other, and I don't know why.
That's just an adjustment period though, because it's like, of course,
Um,
underwater is gonna feel different than on land. You know, like
Honestly,
they're two
yeah.
completely different beasts. I feel like, I don't know. It was so like I understand people's frustrations with underwater
I'll stick
combat
to
in
the
third
skies,
generation.
thank you. I'll fly in the next one.
I
I'm
mean,
not swimming again.
why not
I do
both?
better
¿Por qué no
in
los
the
dos?
air.
It's 'cause it's freaking. I don't want to miss again.
Well, it's like
No,
here's the
but-
thing. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, let me just say from my perspective, like I started with Ryu as well. I hated swimming when I first played it.
Hold on, I'm gonna change the topic here.
But-
So it'd be-
Yeah, go
Hey,
for
what are
it.
you gonna put? Just swimming
But
underwater.
perfect. But when I started playing
Uh.
Ryu again with Bastion a few months ago on stream, I
Mhm.
actually really like the swimming. Um,
The dodge
actually-
looked cool though. I remember the dodging looking neat.
the dodging is very graceful and very like just a lot of fun. It just kind of makes you feel like you're spinning and just having fun in the water.
It's like you're doing an
while
adept evade.
Guy Chris is trying to eat you and everything.
Mhm.
But honestly, like I don't know, I just came to appreciate it a lot more. I actually prefer fighting Plesioth in the water than I do on land.
I think most people do. Yeah. Anyone
Yeah.
who's experienced it, yeah.
Yeah.
Laggy in the water looked a lot more intimidating than on
Oh
land.
my
It
god,
does.
yeah.
The
The eyes-
eyes, bro. Every water creature. Oh
Even
my
Royal
God.
Ludroth, like
Gobble.
the eyes glowed.
Gobble.
Gobble, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of miss pink Ludroth, by the way. I like the color was really nice. It's like
Yeah.
a peach mango tea, you know.
Yeah.
Could you do pink Ludroth underwater? Wait, could you fight purple Ludroth underwater?
Oh, was it purple or
only-
pink?
Yeah, it was purple. Yeah.
it was
Oh,
purple.
sorry, wrong color.
I only remember fighting it in the arena because I didn't get that far.
You could fight in the Misty Peaks as well, but that didn't have any underwater portions of it.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
I guess you couldn't.
I guess not.
'Cause-
Well, yeah, it was introduced
yeah.
in the. Was it introduced in Portable Third, or was it a 3 Ultimate thing?
I think it was.
I
only
just
a
remember it in
development.
3U. I don't remember if it was in portable though.
Okay, because Portable
Yeah.
Third didn't have Portable Third didn't have underwater. Oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, and it had all the same maps as Try. So it was
You
like
know-
the swamp looked really weird because like all the water parts were like just
Taken out.
no, they weren't taken out, but they were like you could walk on them.
To be
What?
fair,
It was like shallow water with like ground.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you just literally meant that you just like walked.
Or
on
you
top
just like went Jesus mode.
Well,
just
yeah, that's like
walked.
that's literally what I thought because like there's some parts in that where it's just literally like
Yeah.
it's very deep water. How do you?
it's not unlike what Rise did with the flooded forest.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
like
like
what they
that.
did, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Um,
What were you gonna say,
I think
Karada?
the-
Sorry.
I was thinking about it for a hot second, and I was
Mhm.
thinking you're like talking about fighting in the air. That's kind of what the wire bugs already are. We're already flying around.
Nah.
We already
give-
have aerial battle
Guys,
versus
let's pitch
underwater
this
where
idea.
you swim.
I don't think
It's kind of making the same argument that like in
No,
the air I could
wait,
still
but-
miss.
Can you
But
combo in
it's-
the air?
No, you can't really combo.
Okay,
in
do
the
you
air,
have do you
though.
have entire combo strings in the air? No.
If you're glaive, yeah, you do.
Glaive.
If you're fast
it-
weapons like lance, yeah, you do.
Hey guys,
Wait,
Like
what?
a lance in underwater was nuts. You
what
just-
what if we did rockets? What if we did jetpacks?
Yeah, I feel
Rockets.
like Monster Hunter would like go into like maybe
There's
mechanical
gonna be like a
wings
mecha
at some
monster hunter, dude. Mecha monster hunter would be kind of nuts.
That'd
I
be
want to
pretty
fight
cool.
Mecha Godzilla
point.
one day.
I'll tell Kaz the closest we're gonna get to that.
Oh man, I would love to have Atal Ka back.
Yeah.
And the
I know,
Atal Ka farm
same.
is just Charm Farm.
No, but the thing is like Monster Hunter isn't a stranger to like adding like little like mechanical gimmicks to the hunters, be it whether it be
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
slinger or the wire bug. Like with underwater, they could easily do like I don't know some type of like flippers or something that like just like grow out of your your hunter's like boots or something, or like something that like appears on your hunter whenever you go underwater to make like propelling through water easier. Like I don't think that would be
Yeah.
out of the realm of possibility. They could call it like I don't know, something like the wyvern propeller or something or whatever they end up calling it. You know?
What if you had like the gun
A
lance,
wyvern
like the
propeller.
Yeah.
the blast dash,
Something like that.
or whatever it's called?
Blast dash underwater? Yeah, give it to
Yeah.
me. Give it to me. I
Yeah,
want to be a
that'd be so much
torpedo.
fun.
Oh my
You just
god,
turn
dude.
into a torpedo.
Oh, that would be kind of sick.
Gunlance underwater felt great in
Ugh.
3 Ultimate, by the way.
I never
But
tried it.
it doesn't make sense.
Who cares?
I'm just random thought that it because the overlying thing that I'll always bring up every time we talk about underwater, we should definitely be sinking no matter what. Like when you think of all this armor and dumb heavy.
I mean, it's
weapon
like
just-
if I've got like full like
I don't
Diablos
know.
armor on, how's my wire bug like strong enough to keep me up? You know?
well,
You're
that
just
can
hanging there.
launch us. Our body could probably withstand just being like propelled upward, but like going through water where you have real like resistance underwater, and then on top of that gravity, because water and metal and
Yeah.
dense. And I was just kind of like,
You also have to keep in
Ow.
mind that the hunters are also constantly treading water while they're underwater, and the hunters are like freakishly strong.
oh yeah, definitely.
So like,
So their
yeah.
muscles are probably just strong enough to just
It's like 0% body fat,
the
like
crap? Yeah,
100% just pure muscle
Muscle.
freakazoids.
300% lung capacity to stay above the
Yeah.
water.
The thing is, like 3rd generation had oxygen, which was
Yes, I do miss
Yeah.
that though, because I was actually really good, like a
well,
a nice system to keep
I
in
think
place.
take away oxygen, just have infinite breath underwater. Fuck
I thought you
it.
were gonna say just die.
No.
just dead.
Just take away oxygen as a mechanic underwater. Fuck it. I
Jump
don't
into
think
the water.
I don't think anyone would complain about that. I honestly
wouldn't.
don't.
I wouldn't.
And if it bothers people that much, just have like a little like if your armor set has a helmet that has an exposed face, then like just like a little thing just goes over your hunter's like head like face,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know.
And then when you have like a full covered one, just assume it's there. I don't know.
My brain's just stuck on the thought of like you jump into your water and your character just falls into a dead man's float.
Is this just gonna be like Deadliest Catch but Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like-
I'd like to see them attempt.
Do we have a
to
giant
underwater
crab
again.
monster yet?
Yeah, Hermitar
Yeah, we have multiple.
and Centaur.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like they're hermit crabs, but they're still crabs.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to think of like
Do
a,
you want
like a not like a.
No, yeah, I
is
know
it
what you mean.
Shengaren? Right? Not
Shen-
Shengaren. Like, I'm thinking
Shengaren.
of like the wide ones that you don't really crack
Yeah.
open and. you know
No,
what I mean?
yeah, like I one without like a giant skull as a shell. Yeah,
I was just wondering if we
I'd
have
like to see
something like
that.
that for like in.
like Dark Souls
other-
3,
yeah.
those giant crabs in the swamp, something like that.
Mm.
Because like yeah, all the
Mm.
crabs do have like the gimmick of having like a shell, right? Like a monster's
Mhm.
skull.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if there was like or a lobster.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be kind of cool. Oh,
Isn't it them that when you cut into them that their blood's actually blue and not red?
I have
That's
no
like-
idea.
I
have
think
no
for
idea.
like the crabs when you cut into them the effect for it is like blue
Yeah.
blood. And
Oh,
not
you mean in
red.
the? Oh, okay, I thought you meant in real life. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
in the game.
Yeah.
In the
It's something
game,
to do
yeah,
with
it's
like
blue.
oxygenated whatever.
And then
just-
some of the bugs have like green,
underwater, yeah.
like some of the bugs have green blood, like
Yeah, like
the
the
Oh, does
Altaros.
is it green?
Yeah, Celtis
Yeah.
has like green blood, and I think yeah,
Mm.
and then
Dang,
like yeah,
I just
Altaros and
remembered.
Benabra, they all have green blood.
yeah.
One like a monster where it's like you're fighting it, and then it has like wait, does Gorb Magala have red blood?
I think it's red. I think it's red.
It's not black blood. Oh damn.
No.
How
That
about
would've been
That would have been
cool.
Gogmazius?
nuts if it was black blood. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. Gogmazius is just. You don't remember fighting it. You just remember suffering.
Yeah.
Because he was such a cool, especially the event one. Oh my god!
Well, here's
I
another.
would bust out my 4U just to play that again with somebody.
Here's another reason to bring back underwater is like Dire Morales. Because
Oh,
like
that one, yeah. Seeing him underwater my
Yeah.
first time. Oh my god!
well, it's like because like I mean I think people argue that Dire Morales could work above water because you do fight Dire Morales above water
You do.
as well.
It's a 50-50. He goes
Yeah.
back and forth.
But like, there's something about the appearance of Dire Morales, and it's kind of similar to Zora Magdaros when it's in the water, where it's like a volcano coming out of the water. You know, there's something about that appearance of like Dire Morales that like I don't know. I think
Do
a
you
lot of it is
remember
lost.
Do you remember when like when you haven't like fully submerged in the water, but
Mhm.
like he's still just under the surface, and the glowing eyes are there.
Yeah.
And then that slow approach upward. I remember watching it. I was just like, "Whoa,
Dude, yeah.
that would be really scary."
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
And the worst part of that quest was there's one time where I remember, I don't know if this was the correlation, but I remember going on a quest. I happened to eat for Lucky Cat. Black screen's up. I'm about to load in. First thing I read is Unlucky Cat is activated. I'm like, okay. I spawn in the base camp. Fireball hits me. I'm like, what from base camp?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
spews
yeah,
like
yeah.
fireballs in the beginning. I'm like, what? That's not fair.
It's like one of the only monsters that can do that, I think.
Specifically?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, mine is Crimson Fatty, like the Super Crimson in For You. He actually, like, as soon as you load in, he just quad carts everything, just
Yeah.
flies in, dies.
And I guess behemoths can hit you in the camp with the meteor as well.
Yeah.
But that's not at, like, the beginning, though.
That's not the
That's not the
beginning,
beginning. That's
Yeah.
like you have to get to at least that phase first.
Yeah. A damage threshold or whatever.
Let's not forget about Sudeus either, because like Sudeus literally can't work out of water.
No.
Yeah, I know you hate Sudeus. I know you don't like
I
Sudeus.
don't hate him, but I fell asleep on his fight. I
Yeah,
don't want him back.
So it's like, okay, so like, how'd you feel about Goldbeard? Because Goldbeard skipped the entire first phase, and you just go right into the.
I gotta at least fight him. That was fine.
Yeah.
But that introduction to him of, hey, follow him into the arena, and hopefully you deal enough damage to not have to follow him into the arena again.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Oh my god, it was terrible. And I remember it was just like I slowly tilted my head down and like falling asleep because I was like, dude, I ran this, I don't know, 2 times now. I'm just like, this is boring, just waiting until he goes to the next area.
Oh yeah.
And then I finally get to the next area where he uses beams and swims around. I'm like, okay, at least I can do this, but that was it.
And the
I
music.
could totally. Oh, the music's so good.
Music was
totally.
good, but
I could totally imagine you using like the lance or whatever and just spamming
nope, wasn't me.
the
That's-
charge move over and over again and just falling
Great sword,
asleep.
everything.
That's
Great
like what
sword,
a lot
everything.
of that's what a lot of Sudeus speedruns will do though. So just like
Yeah.
lance charge, especially when it starts speeding up, because like once you like break the beard, I think in the first phase, then it's like just goes Mach 7 through the water. Because it's like, okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
There's also some exploit people used in the actual arena itself. There's like a safe spot for them to just casually be there or something.
Just shoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot what there's some really like exploit I remember hearing about. I don't
think
remember what.
people-
I have to look at it again.
I think people might have been doing it against Abyssal Lagai, Chris. I forget.
Oh, maybe it was Abyssal. I could be wrong. Could be Abyssal.
Isn't there like also a Dragonator under there or something?
Yes. Yep. A lot
Yeah.
of cool lore, because like it's like you fight in the ruins of an ancient civilization that has been flooded.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, how long ago was that like this much water and like this ancient oceanic elder dragon is living there, you know?
Dude, You know
Yeah.
what type of monster I want? Okay, so think of it like this. On land, we have those spiders that like they dig a hole and then they put the cubby like that covered on top of them so that they like snatch their prey like inside this like hole, right? And then I was thinking that do you remember playing Super Mario Sunshine? Anybody play
Oh,
it?
I never
The
played
eel?
Sunshine.
There's like this giant like
The eel.
monster in the game where when you are in Sunshine and you're in
You have to clean his
some like
teeth.
Galapagos. Yeah, you have to clean the teeth. That fight, it was like this black creature that like would suck like a vortex in and pull you
Yeah.
down and stuff. I think it'd be kind of cool if we had a
That would be
monster
really
that would
cool.
like play around with like a vacuum and like
Yeah.
drag you in. Not
Oh,
just
and
like,
I think I've
Well,
seen the.
That's
I think.
that's what Gobel would do. But
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It
did
would just
Goku do
like try
that?
to suck. It would try
Yeah.
to suck you in. Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah.
was just I
and then it
remember
would,
it just being
and then
a
it would bite
beam.
you.
hmm
Yeah, I
but
want
like
more crap like that, like more scary.
Well, there's a
crap.
Yeah,
there's
no,
a. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, the eel, like that was the fight. I always had to get my sister to do that one for me because I was just way too scared. 'Cause it was really intimidating because it's like
It was really dark and everything too. Yeah, and you had
it
to
was
keep getting
really
up
dark
points.
and like you had to like go towards like this dark mass in the ground and clean its teeth, like literally go into its mouth and be like
Almost
lucky that
die.
that you would get out right before it would start like trying to vacuum everything, you know?
Mhm.
Need an underwater snake wyvern that looks just like an eel with like the creepy eyes. I think it's the
Yeah.
eyes on an eel that do it. That's like because like Super Mario 64 had those eels as well, and like I would just be frightened out of my fucking mind in dire
Yeah.
docks. Just seeing those eels come out of the hole and be like, and I'm like, ah! We need a monster like
Stay
that.
away.
I mean, there was that event monster in Frontier that was based off of like a manga that was just like kind of like an eel man.
Oh, I saw that picture that was posted on your Discord. That's
real.
gross.
That's real.
Which one?
It's-
Which one?
It was an event monster, Monster Hunter Frontier. It was a crossover with a horror manga, and
Oh.
the monster that they introduced was like a Piscean wyvern with like Plesioth's skeleton.
Yeah, it
And
had a plastic skeleton.
It's literally,
So
I'm
good.
not kidding you when I say it was literally a purple-skinned man with an eel head.
The one that I remember seeing on your server was the that scorpion monster, which I thought was really cool.
Oh yeah, there used to
What
be a
was the
scorpion.
name? Let me
I
see.
forget the name.
Akura Vashimu.
Probably. You
something
could have said
like that,
anything and I would have been like, yeah, that sounds about right.
It's dead. It's dead. Don't worry about it. It's dead.
I'm surprised by the lack of scorpions in the mainline series. No scorpions at all. What's the closest to a scorpion we have? Nothing really. Celtis
Queen.
Celtis
maybe?
Queen. Just because she has like the tail, but
Maybe.
like it's not really a
Yeah.
stinger though. I don't know.
Oh, I found it. Crud, I'm gonna send this picture to you.
Oh, the event monster from Frontier. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. It's like literally a naked purple
Or-
man with an eel head.
Yeah, I'll send it to like the general in the
Okay.
Farcasters.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Imagine seeing that underwater.
Yeah.
You can't go underwater in Frontier, but like that's the other thing with underwater is that like it's like yeah, he just saw it. Anyone who's wondering, look up I guess you could just Google like Monster Hunter Frontier horror manga crossover.
See Karada's
Karada's dead though.
Karada's like laying back.
You have to look at the video though. You have to watch a video of it.
Karada's reaction is everything that I
So
ever needed.
ugly.
I'm not kidding, right? Literally a naked purple guy with an eel head. He's got a
He's like-
dump.
He's almost got like the pose for like the thinker, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy in the.
Well,
then
it's like, hey Tam, make like a Plesioth pose right now. That's literally it. Like it's like,
Oh my god!
hey, this is
he's
my
so
Plesioth
ugly.
pose. It's like that's exactly that.
Oh my god.
Like, how do you imagine a Plesioth would look in real life? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's terrifying. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's something.
Does he have just a log as a weapon? By the way,
Yeah, that's like the weapon that you have to have in that event. Is that
that's
you have
kind
to
of
have
cool.
like you have to hit it with a log. At least from all the videos I've seen, they've had that log. Maybe that greatsword just happens to be the best in slot. Who knows?
But Tam, you know the Nargacuga weapons.
You know the Nagakugo. Tam, you know the log greatsword's the best one, right?
Oh my
Here's the link to the video as well if you want to see the beast in action.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm watching it right now and it's so gross.
The thumbnail alone looks disgusting. Let me get the
Yeah.
link.
Imagine seeing like a monster like that underwater, just like swimming towards you, but like really like fucked up looking, like oh.
It keeps doing like Plesioth moves as well, like going into the sand, and it's just so weird.
Yeah.
I just don't like the texture. I'm not even gonna watch the whole thing. I just don't like the texture from the thumbnail alone. It
Yeah.
looks like a Play-Doh snake with like
It really does.
like a dick for a head. I don't
I
know.
think it
just doesn't
literally
look right.
only had one move too, which was the going under the ground and then like just
Yeah.
like doing like butterfly strokes through the ground.
They're just like a
God.
Nebel snarf looking.
Yeah, kind
Like
of.
you know,
I
when he
guess
just
so.
goes up and down through everything.
Yeah. Yeah, something like
Oh.
that.
God. It
Um,
just
I don't know. Something
Ugh.
about fish in general, which is also why I want underwater to come back, is like something about fish is just like really alien and freaky.
Mhm.
You know,
their
it's
eyes,
like the
dude.
it's the eyes. It's always the eyes. It's definitely
It's
the
always
eyes,
the eyes.
but also like their
No,
mouths.
for this
too.
one, it's everything. It's
It's
everything.
it's everything. Well, yeah.
No, it's all of that one.
I-
I
I-
can't even. I don't want to look
Wait,
at it
wait,
anymore. I
but
already put it
Corrado,
away.
what do you think of that? What do you think of that dumpy on it, huh?
It do be kind of thick, but
It'd
no,
be kinda
I don't
thick.
want none of that.
It'd be packing the cake, man. It's not just the cake; it's the whole bakery back there, man.
See, hear me out though. When I think about it, normally when I look at like a monster, I'm like, dang, I wonder if like if you had to eat that, like what would it taste like? That I don't want anything about that one.
So
I
looks
don't
like
want
it
to know
looks
what
like it
What if
tastes
it's
like
like
the
chicken?
butt cheek I'm eating right
might
now,
be.
dude. I'm gonna eat its cankles and like
Oh,
no.
nice.
Oh no.
It like looks like it has like human chest, arms, and like armpits. I don't want to think that I'm eating its armpit, bro. Are you kidding me?
No, yeah, no, do it. It probably tastes like a lot. Lick it. It probably tastes sweet like a lollipop, like a grape lollipop. Probably like a popsicle. It's like a popsicle, dude. Come on.
I'm gonna put that at the end of anything, bro. I just wanted to go back in the ocean, dude.
Demon bat.
Just go away. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be dead.
On that
This is why
note,
we hunt monsters.
do we want to move on to another topic here? I think the OLED
Oh
Switch
yeah.
got announced. You
OLED,
want to talk
yeah.
about? Okay. Before I give my impressions about it, I'm curious to know what you guys think of it. Karada, what do you think of the?
I think it's a cool idea, but the main like selling point for the OLED Switch is going to be that it's better for on the go, but anybody like even for Forrest, who's already her Switch has never left the dock for a year, it's not going to make a difference to us.
Yeah.
It's like an
There's no value
what's
add. There's no value
Yeah.
add at all. Yeah,
it's an upgrade for people that or we're not the audience that
we're not the
everything's
target demo. Yeah,
exactly, which is it's fine though because overall performance, sure, I can imagine it's better, but it's still not gonna be.
It's funny
like-
you mentioned that because there's actually no CPU and GPU improvements at all with this model.
So we are not the target audience. At
No,
all.
no.
Well,
There's no improvements at all to performance. It's literally
I think the dock though. They said that they. I think what
They
they,
added
did was
an
they took
Ethernet
out
port.
USB for the LAN.
they added an Ethernet
they-
port, which should have
Which is-
been there from the beginning. Nintendo
This is-
continuing to
yeah.
improve by getting the bare minimum right.
still no Bluetooth.
No Bluetooth either.
On
Can
the
I
Switch
just
still?
say that? Yeah, it's
We're
like
still gonna need a makeshift random add-on for a.
Yeah,
like
probably.
another
like a
another
USB
app.
dongle for
I have one
Bluetooth or
already.
something. I don't
What
know.
am I using? I'm using it's like Yoke or whatever. That's the one that I have.
It's like let me pull up the full feature list for the OLED Switch model here. OLED.
Can I
Switch
just say though
features.
that they are pushing
I have this one.
so many oh that's cool. They're pushing so many different like products for the handheld version. Like they came up with the Switch Lite
Mhm.
like a few
Is it
years
gonna be
ago.
Switch Lite OLED then?
Oh, I hope not.
'Cause
Okay.
then that would be
How does
really
it
bad
work?
for people. It's because like the Switch Lite is good for say like kids. Like although we market it for on the go, it's like slightly smaller and cheaper. But you know, breaking a Switch that's $200 at already a pretty good piece of hardware, and then adding OLED to it, and then obviously kids want to get the brighter, more because kids like colorful crap. You know what I mean? So they're gonna want to get like an OLED Switch. And then if they still drop it, it's probably still going to be more than 200.
Yeah, target demo is definitely people who don't own a Switch right now, which
Mhm.
I think a lot of
I
people
mean-
do own Switches, but like
But I'm sure people would upgrade for this.
I
Isn't
don't
the
know.
thing
I
about-
don't know if they will though. It's
Isn't the
I-
thing about OLED that it's better like power consumption or something?
well.
I think it's just better display because even
It's-
for the laptop that I bought, I purely bought that laptop
So what-
because it's
what-
an OLED monitor.
Yeah, what OLED does is like for pixels that would ordinarily be black, for example, it literally just shuts those pixels off and it makes colored pixels brighter, which means if you're playing out in the sun, for example, like it's no problem.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of
Gotcha.
like a backlight sort of deal, but expanded upon. So like darks get darker, lights get lighter, and everything's much more saturated and bright.
So the difference between like a regular TV and like an OLED TV.
Yes,
you
yeah,
would
absolutely, yep.
Greatly see
Yeah.
the color difference, and it's so nice.
Exactly that, yeah. I have full specs here though, so I'll go through them. It's not going to sound too sciencey because none of the science stuff is improved. Display. Okay, on the original Switch, the display is a 6.2-inch LED touchscreen. Switch OLED is a 7-inch OLED touchscreen. So that's like the big selling point of the OLED.
Or sideways.
What?
So the Switch is more horizontal.
No. Diagonally.
Oh,
whenever
okay.
whenever
Yeah, okay,
whenever you
sorry,
talk
yeah.
about like yeah.
I was thinking like we don't need it more sideways.
No,
bro.
yeah. No,
It
it's
already
a
fits in my pocket.
7-inch OLED
Sorry, in a
touchscreen.
guy pocket.
Resolution. Resolution is the exact same 720 handheld 1080p docked. So no resolution upgrades at all for people who are hoping for that. Storage. This one's actually kind of substantial, but ultimately useless. So the storage on the original Switch was 32 gigs, which is like nothing. Like you can have like 2 games before you have to download delete shit. The Switch OLED doubles that at 64 gigs, but none of that's relevant if you just buy like a $20 micro SD card with like 128 gigs of storage.
Yeah.
I think I went for like a 500 gig on my Switch.
Like
honestly.
I have a 500 gig as well. It's like way
overboard.
overkill. It's like way overkill, but I'll need it later. Yeah. The chipset, which is the motherboard and the integrated graphics, literally the same between both NVIDIA Tegra X1. So there's no graphical improvements to games at all. No GPU improvement. CPU is the same as well. Battery life is apparently the same. So original Switch is like 4.5 to 9 hours, and it's the exact same on the Switch OLED. Connectivity, USB-C, 3.5 millimeter audio, micro SD, and then the Switch OLED adds an additional wired LAN Ethernet port, which we all knew already.
That's what the USB was already going to be used for, anyways.
Yeah, I think the USB is still there as well. It just added an additional Ethernet port, right? Unless it didn't take out a USB port for that, right?
I hope they didn't.
Mm.
Why would you?
And the weight, Switch OLED is slightly heavier. Original Switch 0.88 pounds. I don't know the metric conversion. I'm sorry. and Switch OLED
Guilty
is
American.
0.93. So really, the only value add here is stuff that you could
Pretty color.
like the only value add is the OLED and bigger screen. But like in terms of like the USB and the storage, that's all stuff you can just get for your current Switch at much cheaper prices.
Yeah.
You could literally throw down like what was it, $30 or like $50?
Like $20 for
a
yeah. Oh, for the 500,
like
yeah, that's like
yeah,
$50.
for the 500, I went overboard, but like that's like
yeah.
This is the Switch that I know I want to run. This Rise Switch, I'm happy with this one.
And then and you can get a USB Ethernet adapter for your Switch as well. You can use the one that came out for the Wii. Like that still works on the Switch. So it's like, and the fact that like they had it as like a feature that they featured on the trailer, it's like wow, that's like they really do think that this is like a major feature ad.
Somebody brought up a good point. Even for the OLED Switch, the Joy-Cons are still going to be just as bad, bro.
You know what's funny about that is that like Nintendo,
there's no difference, bro.
Nintendo will never sell a Joy-Con with a selling point being it doesn't drift because they don't want to. They like Nintendo is refuse. They refuse to admit that their Joy-Cons have a drift issue. Like
even though literally every single one
literally everyone's Joy-Con. Like I haven't used my Joy-Cons in a while. I guarantee you they're probably They're probably drifting right now. Yeah, like they'll come out with like new Joy-Cons, but one of the features will not be it doesn't drift anymore. It might not drift, but they're not gonna admit it. Like they're gonna be in an interview with one of the hardware developers, and they're gonna be like, okay, do these Joy-Cons drift? And they're gonna be like, we don't know what you're talking about, but these Joy-Cons are built with the same quality standard as our previous Joy-Cons.
That's if you take care of them, they should be fine.
That's the thing.
Not.
That's the PR answer right there. Is blame the consumer for drifting Joy-Cons. That's like I think that's probably what Nintendo was doing.
Because it's easy enough to say that manufacturers, like, you don't make them broken. You know what I mean? Like, that's obviously not going to be how they do it. But of course, if we put any sort of pressure on it for any given amount of time, my Joy-Cons, it took like 2 months before I had that issue. But that's also because I didn't start playing the Switch until I had Monster Hunter on there, which meant I had time where I didn't even use the Joy-Cons. But some people within a week, they're already broken, and it's like, what the crap?
And there's also the issue that Nintendo's wrestling with people claiming planned obsolescence. with their Joy-Cons. Which, if you don't know, planned obsolescence is like when a product is made to fail. Case in point, iPhones.
Yeah.
With the way their batteries were designed, they were literally designed so that the phones
Yeah.
would like fucking become
Blow up in
bricks
like a year.
in the year, so that you had to buy the new one. Yeah, that's like planned obsolescence. Like a lot of people are thinking that like these Joy-Cons are mighty expensive and they drift after like a year or two of use. It's like
I know for
Nintendo, like
iPhone,
fucking.
there's some factories that had like really poor choice in like cheaper material.
Oh yeah,
Just to
and
get the
like
phones out though. That's like I think those like Chinese made ones or
and
some crap.
yeah, and the
I think
working
that's what they're
conditions and
complaining
everything.
about.
Yeah, it's
But they
it's
were
a
just
whole
doing that for.
it's a whole thing with Apple. Yeah, it's a whole fucking.
But for
thing.
like the Switch, like
Yeah.
for something that they know that kids are gonna play with, that's easy enough to just say no, it's just the kids.
Yeah,
Because kids aren't
but like
careful with their crap.
even like people like us who I hope take good care of our Switches. Like even we get drifting Joy-Cons. Like my sister, who's like a clean freak, a neat freak, she's had both of her Joy-Cons drift on her, to the point where she doesn't even really want to play on her Switch anymore. She doesn't want to buy another pair of Joy-Cons because they're like expensive as
$80,
hell.
bro, like $80.
Yeah. Like Nintendo, take out the HD Rumble feature, please, because I don't think it's really much of a value add for the Switch. I don't know.
Well, not
So-
if everybody's all right. That's probably what they do too. It's like, oh hey, these Joy-Cons suck. Let's all invest our money in the Pro Controller, which actually works right. And
Yeah, the
that's
Pro
why-
Controller is good. Like I don't think the Pro Controllers drift at all, do they?
Yeah. Well, actually, my first Pro controller, I actually can't use it anymore because it drifts so bad.
Really?
Okay, well, there's a hole in that theory.
Well,
Yep.
no, here's it. That could be just the one because I've had my
Well, no.
like Pro Controller just as long, or if like whatever, like since whatever, and I've never had an issue with that until literally like
Dang.
the couple months ago, where like all of a sudden my buttons weren't working properly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, no, the buttons work properly. It's literally just the drift. I can't play like I have the Rise controller now, which works perfectly fine, but like
Oh,
this
yeah.
Pro controller, like it took a while for it to start to break, but once it did, I couldn't play games because it was just like the drift. Dude, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's oh god. I mean for like Switch games, I mostly use a USB dongle with a PS4 controller.
Oh yeah, I saw you using that yesterday.
The 8-bit
Oh,
do.
could
Yeah. Yeah, it's
could I do that, dude? I just bought this black PlayStation 5 controller, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I would totally
yeah, no, it's like
take care of this bad boy and use that
it's
on
this-
a game someday.
it's this thing right here. It's a officially licensed 8-bit do USB dongle. You can just plug it into your Switch. Any USB compatible controller, you can just pair them up and they work well.
I might try that. Yeah,
That's
I'll
what I,
do
yeah,
that.
that's what I do for Rise. That's what I do for GU. And whenever I'm playing like Smash, I use the GameCube adapter. Like I haven't had to use my Joy-Cons in years.
Oh, I haven't used GameCube in
All
forever.
right, did you say you play Smash?
Yeah, I play Smash. What?
You want to play sometime?
Farcasters?
Fucking.
You want to play sometime?
Hey, we'll
I'll be
discuss
down.
this later. We'll discuss this later.
We're coming up with a lot of ideas.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
let's
get
do it.
everybody hyped that I would totally go for a Smash stream,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
I will say that like one of our streamer friend mutuals had like a Smash lobby, and I fucking wiped the floor.
Oh,
I'm just
Wow, so humble.
I'm just saying. And then I had the nerve to go into chat and be like, I'm not a pro player.
No,
I'm not-
Tam's
I'm not-
just one of those guys that's like,
I'm not
oh,
a
I need all
rapper."
my friends.
I'm
But
not
when
a
I go to
rapper.
a
Yeah, no,
tournament, I
yeah.
get
No,
bodied.
that would totally be me. Yeah. No, and that's like constantly with fighting games. I skirt that line of like I demolish my friends, but like I'm nowhere near the pro level.
Oh yeah, no, their tournament level is insane. I went to like Collision,
Yeah.
just one of those events, and I met like Tweak and then was it Nairo and then there's some other guys there too, but I was just like seeing them go to work and all the other guys in the tournaments just going in and seeing the most insane things. Like that's what like upped my Smash like
Yeah.
game when I finally saw like how much more I could grow. I was like, dude, let's go, bro.
yeah.
But anyway, back to OLED Switch though.
Oh yeah, back to
Yeah,
there.
no fucking no. You know what's funny is that we were just mentioning GameCube controllers there, but like, why do they still cling on to that controller? It's like you'd think they would make like a USB GameCube controller by now, you know? Do they?
I
Like, does
know.
Nintendo do that?
Oh,
I feel like they would.
have something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
have
do.
it's a the build of a pro. I'm sorry, the build of a GameCube controller, but
Mhm.
it actually plugs in like a
USB.
yeah, it plugs in like
Okay.
USB to the dock. So it's nice. It's actually have two Z buttons, I believe, both on the left and right side.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
I think
because
that's
you
the
have to be
only
able to use it.
difference.
You have to be able to use it with
Mhm.
other games too. So
I
they
forgot
have
if
to
it
have like
has
the.
its home button as well. If it also has the thing, I have it in one
Oh,
of my drawers. I
probably.
could probably check it later, but
Hmm.
not right now.
God.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. I
Mhm.
used to use it until I realized it's like, oh, everybody who actually plays the game, they already play it on a GameCube controller. But I was just like, nah, I'm too comfortable. Like I used to play Smash on the,
Yeah.
or not even Smash. I used to play 3U as well on the gamepad, on the Wii U.
Oh yeah, same
So
here.
I,
Yep.
I have that
Same.
very comfortable feel already with this
Mhm.
type of controller. So I don't want to go back to the GameCube.
Here's
I
the
could,
other.
but
Here's the other topic of conversation that people were bringing up too. Is that so pre E3 there was all those rumors circulating about a Switch Pro, and people were
I
like,
don't know.
"Is this the Switch Pro that they were talking
This is
about?"
our
This might
Switch
have been the
Pro.
Switch
It's not
Pro,
really
you're
much of a
right.
pro. It's more like a Switch amateur, if you ask me. Like
Yeah.
it's it's
Here you go.
that's the thing. It's like Nintendo continues improving upon itself by reaching the bare minimum. You know,
But I think you brought that up like a while back that it's like,
I-
oh, they chose bad decisions at the start so they could fix them throughout the series.
it's kind of seems like that. I mean, I don't know. It's like they do this time and time again, and people have like. There's like one instance of Nintendo like just blowing it out of the park with everyone's expectations, and then like everyone's just like hoping for that time and time again. Then Nintendo like continues just disappointing in that way. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not really much of an invested Nintendo fan. I used to be because I owned an N64 growing up, and I was like all about Nintendo. I was all about Nintendo. It's like it was Sony versus Nintendo. Nah, man, get that PlayStation out of here. But I mean, jeez Louise, it gets harder and harder to. I mean, it's like impossible to defend Nintendo with this stuff. I don't know.
That's what like the PlayStation for me. Like the first game I ever played, not the first game ever, but the first game I was very memorable on the PlayStation for me was this game called Onimusha. So it's like you're like a
Oh, yep.
samurai and fighting with
Yep.
swords and stuff. So
Yeah,
in my
it's-
head, I was like, you know what? That's probably why I like Monster Hunter. Like it gives me the vibe of like fighting things and having
Well,
those boss and stuff. But obviously in a coordinated
Capcom.
scale with those.
Onimusha's
Mhm.
Capcom. They could.
So I feel like that's where it first really like started for me because
Yeah.
and this, what sucks too is I bring up that game and like nobody like not really many people know about it, so it makes me sad.
Dude,
Because, like,
Onimusha
it's
was
small community.
Onimusha is the fucking shit, man.
It
Onimusha
had like
rocks.
3 games and like a battle versus game, and I was like, this is crazy, dude.
I mean, there was Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, but not many people talk about that one. But
I
Onimusha
like
1, 2,
Soki
and 3.
stuff.
Oh yeah, you like
it
Soki. Okay.
was cool. He was cool. I didn't put as much effort into like the unlike the first 3, which I really invested like in the characters and the story
Mhm.
of it. But I kind of wish that was like they only brought the first game to the Switch, but they haven't brought the other 3, which
With,
is kind of a shame. But
with
I mean, I understand.
Samanosuke, yeah, he's cool.
Mm.
But I mean, it's fine though. I just wish that other people played it. But the only other thing I brought up was or I forgot to bring up earlier. My brother actually sent this to me, and he was telling me about there is a sweepstakes going on from this month or for a month from like the 7th of this month till like the 7th of next month, so till August.
Yeah.
There's like if you go to your Nintendo rewards, there should be this like insane Monster Hunter like ultimate amiibo sweepstakes where they're actually giving away these crazy
I linked it in chat for people.
Thank you. There's this crazy like you get like these gold editions or silver editions of these amiibos. I think I forgot to get the Tsukino, the one with the cat chick. I didn't get her. I didn't. I gotta see if I missed it somewhere. But yeah, like I saw that there's like the golden Magnum Mallow. I remember not being like, oh, it's cool, but I remember not being like, oh my god, I wasn't like freaking out.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I still kind of would like the golden versions of these things. So like,
Yeah.
if you put in like those platinum points or whatever,
I just redeemed
join
it.
the sweepstakes.
And you can redeem it 3 times. Like you can get up to 3
for
redeems, so
10
30 points.
Yeah, if you have 30 points, yeah. So it's
You also
10
can
per,
get,
but
I just redeemed it literally right now.
mhm. So it'll be kind of neat, you know. And if everybody ever
Yeah.
wins it here, then that'll be kind of dope to tell us about and see what you like about
Yeah,
them.
and then just send it to me, you know. And
Yeah, should think that. Should think.
just give it to me.
I mean,
you know?
yeah, I have a spare raised wing one. I'll give you that one. I'm gonna keep the gold one though.
No, but like, yeah, just getting the word out about that in case people are curious about
Yeah.
that
I
sweepstake.
didn't expect this to be a thing, but it's honestly really neat that they do stuff like this. And because I
But-
thought this was a Japanese exclusive, the golden Magnum Aloe. So I guess they're doing something here, I guess, for the American side, which is cool.
I would prefer just a regular amiibo, but I mean, golden. I guess it's exclusive, limited run, so.
Yeah,
I guess it looks
15
cool.
Monster Hunter amiibo figures.
You know, I'm just gonna buy a regular
And
amiibo and spray
posters?
paint it. I'm just gonna get a regular amiibo and spray paint it pink and just gold and just be like, here,
Pink?
I got it.
No, it's pink now, bro.
They got me a pink one too, guys. Hey, look, there's a factory defect pink one. I'm gonna sell that for like $5,000.
I bet you
Rich.
somebody would probably think that.
Well, remember
like, a
that?
real
Remember that amiibo that came out that was like Samus, but it was like accidentally modeled with 2 arm cannons,
Mm-hmm.
and it sold for like I don't even know how
Yeah, because
much.
people are like, "Oh my god, this is insane."
Yeah.
And then they were bringing out with what's the other one? The Ina, the girl.
Mhm.
They were complaining at like for her, she's because she's a Wyverian or whatever. Like apparently she's supposed to only have 4 fingers versus 5.
Wait, does
And
she have
that's,
5
like-
fingers?
Yeah, like if I look right now on the amiibo, she has actually 5 fingers.
Oh, that's fucked. Oh,
I
that's
can't
that's
properly
fucked.
show it, but you can see it's like a whole hand right there.
Oh, that's fucked.
But
Oh, that's
yeah,
bad.
but then people are all like, "Oh my god, this is the worst thing." I'm like, dude, all right, man, it's the fictional
No,
character anyways.
no, it is. They're wrong. Nintendo.
No, it is
Misprinted. Well, you got the first.
Ooh.
You got the first edition 5-fingered Wyverian girl. Congratulations.
Oh, that means I have to buy the second edition with 4.
Yes. No, yours
Yeah.
is worth more. Yours is going to be worth more because it's the first
I'm
one.
not selling her. I
the
bought
rare
her, bro.
No,
I
that's
gotta
investment.
one though. I gotta see if they also unlock anything in Rise. If there's a any possibility,
Maybe those
Of,
crossover things.
maybe I gotta see what the download codes do as well. But that's the main stuff that I forgot to bring up earlier. But other than
Where's
that, I mean, it's-
the new layered rider armor in Rise though? I forgot to mention that.
You have to have a crossover save file though, right?
Yep.
so I'm probably
yeah.
gonna have to
You
do
have to have
stories
a
tonight or
save file.
something, and then
I won't be getting that until Rise is on PC.
Well.
I might double dip for that too eventually. So I might join you someday. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Might
And
do
then the
both.
mods for Rise would actually be nutty. We talked about that last time, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll
Oh
see.
man,
Although, okay, how's that for
That
a
everything?
podcast? Yeah, I think that's.
sounds
Pretty
about right.
hungry.
I mean, there was that interview,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't even really think that's worth looking into right now. That's just a
Next
bunch
time.
of me reading and then reacting and then us talking shit. But okay, that's the podcast. So
Yeah.
hey, Forrest, where can people find ya?
At twitch.tv/Forest Raider.
All right, Karada, where can people find
I
you?
am Mr. Monster Hunter. You can find me on twitch.tv/.
Monster Hunter.
Sorry, I thought I would like just ironically do it, and then I started making myself laugh.
Well.
Twitch.tv/Karada-sama.
And you can find me at twitch.tv/tamjamming. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next week with, I don't know, more shit.
Yep.
More
All later.
stuff. All right. Peace, guys.
Bye.
We're fading into black.